backers will be number 23, Maurice Benson, and number 40, Matt Laurie. And the wing back tonight will be Jared Cochran. On defense for the Indians, we have number 19, Scott Travis at left end, number 78, Todd Murphy at left tackle, number 67, Mike Jackman at nose guard, number 72, Colby Corral at right tackle, and number 94, Phil Dotteridge. Phil will be out tonight. It'll be Blake Couse be filling in at right end. Phil was injured last week, and he's out for the season. Number 58 will be the linebacking crew. Will be number 58, Mike Ringenberg, number 57, Brett Wallerstedt. And the deep backfield for the Indians will be the cornerback, number 22, Mark Collins, free safety, number 28, Tom Thamer, cornerback, number 23, Maurice Benson, and the strong safety will be number 40, Matt Laurie. The Indians will be kicking to start off tonight's game. Tonight for the Indians, what the Indians will have to just do to start right off is play the tough defense. Wichita West has lost two of their starters on offense due to some internal problems. Their leading running back is out this week, and filling in will be number Reggie Powell. He's only a sophomore filling in, so we'll see what Wichita North does when they start an offense. Here's number 32 with the ball. He's breaking in the backfield. Hit there hard by number 23, Maurice Benson. That was number 32, Keith Underwood, taking the carry. Let's see what Wichita North does to start off the ball game. The quarterback tonight will be number 16, Eric Peters. He's a junior and is what the coach, Wichita North coach, thinks is one step away from being a real good player. He drops back to pass here under pressure. Has number 2 out there, Jeff Park. Incomplete pass, though. Second down and 10 for Wichita North. They're starting with the ball around their own 35-yard line. Manhattan High so far this year has been incredible on defense. In their 4 games that they've played so far, they've only allowed an average of about 6 points a game. So let's see how the Indian defense does here. They keep it to the air. That's Tony Peeners, and he goes to number 12, Scott Orth, on the right side. So Wichita North, having lost their leading runner, Larry Starr, last week to some eligibility problems and insubordination problems on the team, have gone to the air. They have no backs in the backfield as Peters is controlling the offense so far. He's scrambling right now, chased by Todd Murphy, hit by number 69. Blake Couse put on the pressure. Incomplete pass there to number 2, Jeff Park. So the Indians holding tough so far on their first defensive stand. Brings up 4th down and 2, and Wichita North is back to punt. Back deep for the Indians will be number 28, Tom Thamer, and number 23, Maurice Benson. The punt goes to Thamer, and he takes it on his 25-yard line. He's going out to the right, and he's hit there by number 3, Jason Wenzel, on the stop for Wichita North. So Manhattan High holds tough on their first defensive stand as Wichita North went to the air. And right now Manhattan High will start out with the ball. I think they'll try to look for their running game to start with. Here comes number 13, Matt Lowenstein, setting up. Number 44, Greg Wilson in the backfield. The handoff goes to Benson up the middle. Nice pickup for Benson of about 6 yards on the play. It'll bring up 2nd down and 4 for the Indians. So Coach Lane starting already to the running game, which has been so effective this year. Maurice Benson has 334 yards on 41 carries, and he's averaging over 5 yards an attempt. So here come the Indians on 2nd down and 3. Lowenstein sets up under center. Handoff goes to Wilson up the middle, and he's met there by number 76, Mike Williams. Good stop there by Williams. Pick up of maybe a yard, maybe less on the play. They'll bring down 3rd and 1 for the Indians. So here comes their first 3rd down conversion of the night. Lowenstein sets up the offense. Benson and Wilson in the backfield. Handoff goes to Benson. Not much room there as he's hit by number 54, 64, Gary Houston. Good stop by Houston on the play. And they shut down the Indians. That'll bring up fourth down. They didn't get the first down there. They'll have to punt. And here comes the punting unit on, headed up by number 86, Kurt Clanton. Clanton's been kicking well this year. Comes a snap. Clanton, good kick, deep kick by Clanton. Drives number 12 all the way back, and he fumbles it, and there he is. There's number 46. Number 45, Bruce Brose on the play. So number 12, Scott Orth has trouble fielding the excellent Kurt Clanton punt, and it was picked up by number 45, Bruce Brose, and so the Indians are in business here as they capitalize on the first turnover of the game by Wichita North. And that's been a key factor in a number of the Indian victories this year is turnovers. And in the Emporia game, it was interceptions that killed the Spartans. Last week against Topeka High, they had a number of turnovers, but it looks like that fine play by Bruce Brose is going to be called back. A penalty flag on the 37-yard line, and it's motioned by the Manhattan Indians. So they'll bring back that fine play, and there was a mistake compounded by a mistake for Manhattan. They capitalized on the turnover, but a movement call will bring it back, and they'll have to kick again. Wichita North got a break on that one. So Manhattan High will be forced to kick again, this time deeper in their own end of the field. It's 4th down and 6 now for the Indians. Clanton will set up on his 15-yard line. It'll be number 2, Jeff Park, and number 12, Scott Orth, deep. And here comes the kick, shorter this time, and Park runs back on it again. It's tipped again. He fumbles it again. This time he picks it up, runs it up the field, down the sideline, down to the 17-yard line. He almost fumbled again. That's twice that Scott Orth has fumbled the Kurt Clanton punt. So a fine punt by Clanton, and Scott Orth has trouble picking it up, and they'll be in deep in their own end zone. Wichita North will start with it on their own 19-yard line, 1st down and 10. Last time they went to the air exclusively, and this time they're doing it again. They've got 5 wideouts, does Wichita North. They got number 2, Jeff Parks out there, Scott Orth, and here goes Eric Peters, and he's hit by number 87. Hit by number 87. We don't know the number there, who that is. And so that'll bring up 2nd down and 10 for Wichita North. They're staying to the air, the 5 wideouts. They've had trouble with their running backs early in the season. And there's a pass, number 22, Jeff Park. And he looks like he's got enough for the 1st down.
Good hit there by Mark Collins. Welcome, ladies and gentlemen. I'm Peter Boxtellis, joining Eric a little bit late here. Some problems of the MHS debate tournament today. Manhattan High so far this game has looked fairly strong. A little bit slippery fingers there, and good punting by Curtis Clanton. Almost give the Indians a chance to score deep in Redskin territory, but now the Redskins driving from their own 29-yard line.
Here goes Eric Peters to set up the offense. They have 5 wideouts. Peters back to pass. He goes to Park once more, and he's out of bounds. Pickup of 8 on the play. Stopped by number 69, Blake Kaus. Number 22, Mark Collins, also in on the play. So Wichita North staying to the air, and they're moving the ball. This has been a problem with the Indians all year. It's the passing game defense. They had trouble against Emporia, but fortunately for some interceptions, they managed to come back. And here's the quarterback keeper by Parker.
There's a flag down on the side of the field. Maybe a little bit of motion there on the Redskins. That's exactly what it'll be. Too many men in motion. And that'll set them back 5 yards and make it a 2nd and around 8.
So with those 5 wideouts, they probably have a little trouble there keeping them all in sync. And it'll be 2nd down and 8 for Wichita North on their own 28-yard line, 33-yard line, excuse me. And they stick with 5 wideouts. Parks out there, he's caught 2 balls tonight, and there's number 12 out there, Scott Orth, and he's looking for number 88 across the middle, hit by Brett Wallerstedt, and he felt that one. There was number 88, Sean McGinnis, trying to catch the pass over the middle, and number 57, Brett Wallerstedt, there to put on the hit, forcing the ball loose.
Just a hellacious hit by Wallerstedt, moving up from his linebacker position.
And so it's 3rd down and 8. Here comes Parker, and he throws to Park, and he's there close to the 1st down, hit there by number 22, Mark Collins, and it will be a 1st down. So Wichita North, big 3rd down and 8 conversion. They'll bring up a 1st down and 10 on their 41-yard line, and they're moving the ball well in the air. They haven't had a running play all night outside the quarterback keeper.
Seems to be Manhattan's really their first test of their defensive backfield. The teams they've played so far have been primarily running teams, and Wichita North, obviously, with 5 wideouts, is a passing-oriented ball club.
Well, in the first game of the season, Manhattan High had a little bit of problems defending the Emporia passing game, but fortunately for a couple interceptions and some bad weather, Manhattan High was able to come back and win that game rather handily. But Wichita North is proving to be a tough opponent so far tonight. One of the reasons that Wichita North is obviously going at the passing game is that their star runner, Larry Starr, considered one of the best running backs in state, was disciplined or suspended from the team for disciplinary reasons by their coach, Larry Burkholder. So that's obviously hurting the Wichita North team. And they were supposed to start 2 sophomores, number 32, Keith Underwood, and number 44, Reggie Powell. But unfortunately, they're unable to do that. And they've gone to the 5 wideouts.
Well, they've been very effective. Manhattan's had to make a transition from 5 down linemen that they usually use on defense to 3, and it seems like it's been quite a difference. Now a little mix-up on they change up on the offensive.
Here comes Parker again, rolling to number 3, Jason Wentzel, and he's got enough for another 1st down around the 51-yard line, or 49-yard line. It'll be close to the 1st down. They'll mark it at the 50-yard line. He went out of bounds, so it'll be 2nd down and 1 to go for the Wichita North Redskins.
A little mix-up on the coverage there, it seems. He swung way out on the side, and nobody picked him up.
They're going with a man in the backfield now, number 40, Reggie Powell. But Parker drops back again, looking for number 22, number 32, Keith Underwood there, and that's another 1st down. So Wichita North keeping it in the air, and they got the ball on the Manhattan 39-yard line, and they're looking tough so far tonight.
That was the exact same play that they used right before, except they moved it to the other side. Once again, no pickup on the coverage.
And it's number 16, Peters, setting. Number 20, Tommy Williams in motion, and he goes to Williams, and it's dropped. As Brett Wallerstedt was coming up, putting the pressure on. They tried to set up the little screen pass there, but it didn't work. So it'll be 2nd down and 10, and Wichita North is doing it in the air tonight. They've only had 1 running play. That's been Peters up the middle on the quarterback keeper. Otherwise, it's been all passing from Wichita North. And this quarterback, number 16, Eric Peters, they said he was a talented player. He's only a junior, but they said he was on the brink. He looked good, and he's looking good here tonight as he's leading Wichita North down the field. And he throws again across the middle to number 3. He slips the tackle from Mike Ringenberg, and he's hit by Brett Wallerstedt. That's Jason Witzel again on the play.
Manhattan playing a zone defense, and Wichita North is able to just go underneath that and get the little gainers, and they've just progressed right down the field. Nice drive by the Redskins.
So here it is, 3rd down and short to go for Wichita North. It'll be about 1 yard, a little less than 1 yard to go. timeout on the field. It's an official timeout. There's some equipment problem there. Maurice Benson has some equipment problems. So a timeout here with 7:44 left to go in the game. There's no 7:44 left to go in the first quarter. There's no score, but Wichita North has been passing the ball all night, and they've driven down to the Manhattan 28-yard line. And here comes Peters setting up again. There's number 40, Reggie Powell in the backfield, number 20, Tommy Williams in motion. Here goes Peters rolling to his right, going deep. There's no one there.
Way overthrown. That's better than an interception when you're looking from Wichita North's perspective. 4th and 1 situation here. Pretty tough choice for Wichita North. Their running game really hasn't been that extensive. Do they go to the air and maybe have the drop, or do they punt it away? It's quite a long distance for a field goal. And they're going to go for it.
Here comes Peters again, setting up the offense. Number 40, Reggie Powell, in the backfield again, but he hasn't touched the ball. And it's the quarterback keeper, big hole up the middle. He's hit by the two linebackers, number 57, Brett Wallerstedt, and number 58 comes down with him. So their second running play of the night, and the same play, the quarterback keeper is effective as Wichita North has got a first down, and it's on the 23-yard line of the Indians, and they're driving well.
Well, they look strong so far. When you have almost a complete passing game and switch it up with the run, it's really tough to defend, especially when they've been so successful on the pass, as Wichita North has been. Little swing out to the right side, and number 20, that's Tommy Williams, is just killed for a loss of about 8 on the play. Good coverage by the Indians.
That's the first time we've seen tonight the Indians coming up out of his zone defense to play up on the passing game, and that time it works as they stop Williams for a loss on the play. Loss of almost 7 on the play pushes Wichita North back out to their own 30-yard line.
Wide left is Jeff Park, who's had quite a few receptions in this drive.
Here comes Peters. He steps back out of the pocket. There's Scott Travis in his face, and he throws that one to the coach. Scott Travis putting on the pressure, and he had to throw that one away.
Also in there for the Indians is Blake Kaus, a junior, getting a little action here.
So as they got the ball inside the 20-yard line, but the Indian defense toughened up like they always do, and it's 3rd down and big yardage, 20 yards to go. Here comes Peters with the 5 wideouts. He's rolling left, nowhere to go, and he's hit there. Colby Crowell on the play, Todd Murphy and number 67, Mike Jackman, all in on the tackle. Great play by the defense, and that's what they got to do. If Wichita North is going to keep if Wichita North is going to keep passing, they're going to have to put on the rush, and there it was. So it's 4th and 25. A little out of field goal range, but it doesn't make sense to punt, so they're going for it.
It'd be a 52-yard field goal. Obviously, they're not going to go for it.
So here comes Peters again. There's, in the backfield there was Williams. And there's Manhattan players took each other out. Big, deep. Collins was there. Collins was the only one there.
Smart play there by Mark Collins. He probably could have picked off the ball, except there was such an advantage into him letting it drop instead. So Manhattan will take over the ball on their own 35-yard line with 6:13 to play. The score, Manhattan 0, Wichita North 0.
Well, we saw coverage there by Collins. He was doing the right thing. He was on the inside of the offensive player. So even if that ball would have been there, Collins would have been in perfect position. So the Indians toughen up when the ball comes inside their own 20, and they don't give up a point when it gets down this close. And here comes Lowenstein handing off up the middle. Hit. Maurice Benson on the play. Hit there by number 88.
That's Sean McGinnis there.
Good stop by McGinnis. And that's something we haven't seen much of, at least in past Indian games, and that's the Manhattan runners being stopped.
Well, during Wichita North's last drive, I saw Matt Lowenstein warming up for passing, so I think Manhattan might try to go to the air a little bit here.
Well, with the cold weather tonight, you always got to keep loose. And here comes Lowenstein. He's got Kaus wide open, one man to beat, and he's hit there by number 12. Scott Orth, good open field tackle. But Jason Kaus ran a perfect route out to the right side, and he was wide open. Lowenstein put it right there. Big first down, so Manhattan High shows that they can pass it right along with Wichita North. First down and 10 for the Indians on the 50-yard line.
Excellent throw by Lowenstein, and Cal stretched it out to make it a 15-yard gain on the play.
Here comes Lowenstein. He hands off up to Wilson, breaks a couple tackles, and he takes it out near the 40-yard line, close to the first down.
Gain of 9 on the play there for Greg Wilson. Matt Laurie feeling pretty sick today, so Greg filling in.
That's right, a lot of Indian players under the weather. Steve Olson's still out with the knee injury, and Phil Doddridge, a very bad loss for the Indians, out for the season with a knee injury. That's too bad for Phil. Phil's a great player and a great guy. I hate to see it happen. Lowenstein going deep. He's got Pearson in and out. Hit there by number 22. Rufus Anderson tips the ball, and it hit off of Randy after Rufus Anderson tipped it, and it was an incomplete pass. He was open, but just a little underthrown, and Anderson made a good play. So the Indians airing it out on 2nd down and 1. They can show they can throw the ball. Lowenstein's got a good arm tonight. 3rd down and 1 for the Indians.
Excellent play there by Anderson, diving to get a little piece of the ball.
And here comes Wilson, and it's Benson up the middle, breaks the tackle, and he's hit there by a bunch of Wichita North players. Good play. Let's see where they give forward progress to. He leaned forward. I don't know whether he'll have quite enough for the first down. Let's hope he does. Pins on the spot. It'll be awful close. And they're going to bring out the chains to measure this one. Benson on the forward progress. Awful close to the first down, but he was knocked back by Wichita North. And Wichita North has got a good defense. Their record only 1-3. But we see it tonight, just as Coach Lane says, their record doesn't indicate what kind of team they are. They're a very good team. And they're about inches short, about a half foot short.
Well, the strength of the Indian running game, I'm sure they're going to go for it on 4th and inches here. Good play there by the Wichita North defense. They've been very tough against Maurice Benson and Greg Wilson so far tonight. Manhattan High, I think, is just going to have to mix it up with a little bit of passing, a little bit of running, and keep Wichita North off balance.
Let's see here. Lowenstein is a good runner, and he's in the past games, he's taken that quarterback keeper just like Peters has. Let's see if they try that here on very short yardage. They got Greg Wilson up there doing it at the center. Let's see if he follows him and maybe his left tackle there. No, he goes to Wilson. Fumble on the play. The ball squirted out of there, and Wichita North has it. Number 3, Jason Wenzel picks up the loose ball. Wilson had the first down, but the ball squirted out of there, so the Indians turn it over in their own territory. They were driving. They had the first down, but the ball got away from Greg Wilson. So something the Indians haven't seen much of that year. That's this year, and that's the turnover. So too bad for the Indians, and Wichita North takes over on their own 20, 32-yard line.
That was an excellent hit put on Wilson. He has both hands around the ball, and he still coughed it up.
Here's Peters, their first running play out of the backfield, the number 20, Tommy Williams, and you see why they don't run the ball, because the Indians are tough on D. 57, Brett Wallerstedt on the play.
Manhattan High being pretty tough on defense. Maurice Benson coming up from his cornerback position there. Excellent coverage by the Indians.
So it brings up 2nd down, loss of 3 on the play, 2nd down and 13. Here comes Peters setting up. This time they're going with the conventional tailback and fullback there, and he's hands off to the fullback, number 32, Keith Underwood. And he's stopped for a gain of close to 2 yards, and they're still 3rd down and 11. So Wichita North forsaking the passing game for some reason, and Manhattan High is punishing the runners of Wichita North. And they're staying with the 2 backs back there, number 32, Keith Underwood, and 40, Reggie Powell. And Peters drops back to pass. He's got number 12 over the middle, intercepted by number 22, Mark Collins. All he's got to do is run it in. One man, number 20 there, Keenan Williams, and he's in for the touchdown. Tommy Williams could have stopped him there, but good play by Collins as he ran over him. Collins picked it off there.
There is a flag on the play, however. There's a flag on the play. We'll have to see how they call it. Excellent interception by Mark Collins. Very good coverage. And I think you have to give part of that interception to the Manhattan Indians defensive line. They jumped up and made Peters hesitate, and it's going to go against the Indians.
That's 2 times tonight the Indians have had penalties hurting. The first one is on the fumble recovery of the punt, fumbled punt. Manhattan High had an illegal procedure bringing that one back, and here Mark Collins got a touchdown, but it's called back, clipping call, low block.
Well, they'll give Manhattan High the ball, except they're going to penalize.
Manhattan will have the ball, but no touchdown.
Right.
They have to score against this tough Wichita North defense.
Well, unfortunately, the Indians lose the touchdown, but they do get the ball, and they'll have a chance to drive with it here, with 2:42 left to play in the first quarter.
So far, it's been a great defensive game. Wichita North showing they can play the D, along with Wichita North showing them they can play the D as well as Manhattan High can. And we've had a couple turnovers, one by Manhattan and one just now by Wichita North. So Wichita North unable to capitalize on the turnover there as they turn it back over. And here comes Manhattan. Let's see if they can capitalize. Handoff goes to number 22 for Manhattan.
Once again, Mark
Collins. So Collins unable to get the touchdown on the interception. Maybe he can get it through on the ground. And with Matt Laurie ailing tonight, they're going a little into the bench. Fortunately, they've got Greg Wilson, who's proven himself earlier in the season. Last week having over 100 yards and a couple touchdowns against Topeka High. And they're bringing in Mark Collins now to help spell the running backs. And it's Wilson and Collins in the backfield. And Lowenstein takes a short drop, overthrows his intended receiver, number 28, Tom Thamer. Number 22, Rufus Anderson on the coverage. Lowenstein just overthrew that ball. And it'll be 3rd down and three to go for the Indians. They picked off a pass. Number 22, Mark Collins, picked off an Eric Peters pass. And the Indians now want to put it in the end zone. They had the touchdown called back on a clipping call. And it's 3rd down and 3. Indians have got the ball on the Redskin 27-yard line. Lowenstein fakes, goes back to Collins. He's got a hole, but he's stopped. No gain on the play there.
Excellent stop by the Wichita North defense. Good coverage. They didn't really go for Lowenstein's fake on the option when he did pitch out. Excellent stop by Wichita North, not allowing Collins to break off any tackles.
So Manhattan High with 4th down now and 3 to go. Calls a timeout. They want to talk this over. This is a big play for Manhattan High, as they've got 1:37 left to go in the first quarter, no score. They want to put some points on the board, and they're bringing in Kurt Clanton. Kurt's been kicking well this year on the extra points. Hasn't had very many field goal attempts, but he'll have one here, and it'll be around a 45-yard kick as Kurt's setting up on his 35-yard line. So after the interception, after the interception touchdown they had called back, Manhattan High unable to get it in the end zone, get the 1st down. So they have to go for 3 here.
I talked to Kurt earlier today. He told me that in practice he has made 45-yard field goals. So it's definitely not way out of his range.
They called the timeout to set up on the play. They didn't want to get a delay game and force him back. Give Kurt time to set up, get the tee down, and get ready to kick it. And they're getting ready to go here. Kurt Clanton in to look to put on the first point so far of the game. It's been a defensive battle. 2 turnovers, 1 for each team. And Manhattan High trying to capitalize on the last Wichita North turnover. Here it comes. The kick is up, and it looks like it's long enough. No good.
Just wide.
Just to the right. It looked good from up here, but curved just to the right. Too bad for Kurt, and Manhattan High unable to capitalize on the turnover. They had the ball in great field position. That'll bring up Wichita North ball. 1st down and 10 on the 20.
Well, tough break there for Manhattan High. Very tough field goal for Kurt Clanton. The wind swirling here at Bishop Stadium. And now Wichita North will go once again They'll go with 4 wideouts here with a 1st and 10 from their 20-yard line.
Powell in the backfield. Here comes Peters. Nowhere to go. Stopped by number 72, Colby Crow. Looks like there's a loose ball. Manhattan says they have it. Let's see what the referees say.
Now, defense that time didn't go for the little fake on the quarterback option.
They unstacked the pile. And Wichita North retains possession of the ball. After Peters took it up the middle, looked like a broken play, he had nowhere to go. Took it up the middle, and Colby Crow made the stop. So they go back. They got 4 wideouts. They got the tight end in there now, and then here comes Peters back. Short drop. Oh, great play by Maurice Benson. He knew exactly where Peters was going on that play. To number 12, Scott Orth. Short drop, looking for Orth on the side. Maurice Benson knew right where it was going. Almost had that one. That would have been 6 for the Indians, but it's 3rd down and 10 to go now for Wichita North. Manhattan High had trouble defending the passing game earlier in the quarter, but now with 44 seconds left, they're looking tough. Here comes Peters, short drop again, fakes, and he goes long. He's hit. Oh, in and out of the hands of number 19, Scott Travis. There was number 67, Mike Jackman, hit him on the play. The pass was short. Scott Travis almost came up with the ball. So 4th down and 10 for the Redskins.
I think you can see the adjustments that Manhattan High's made on defense. They got eaten up on that one drive by Wichita North, but all of a sudden you have possible interceptions on almost every passing play. So Manhattan High's done an excellent job of adjusting.
And there's number 22, Rufus Anderson, to kick. Tom Thamer takes it. Good blocking there. Number 23, Maurice Benson, put on a heck of a block, but Thamer got caught up in the pile and flag on the play.
So 27 seconds left to play here. In the first quarter, Manhattan High will get called for the clip once again, and that'll set them back a couple yards.
0-0 is the score. It's been a defensive battle. 2 turnovers so far tonight. 1, Wichita North interception by Mark Collins. He ran it in for the touchdown, but it was called back, and they were unable to put the points on the board as Kurt Clanton just missed a 45-yard field goal. And Manhattan turned the ball over. Greg Wilson fumbled it, but Wichita North, then they turned it over then on that very next play. And so there's no score. It's been a defensive struggle. Wichita North playing the tough run defense. 17 seconds left to go. Wallenstein hands off to Wilson, breaks a couple tackles, got a good hole, and picks up about 6 yards on the play. And that'll probably bring it into the half. As it's been a defensive battle so far, no score at the end of the first half. And Manhattan High has got the ball.
We'll be back with Manhattan High football on cable, Channel 6. Hard line with 4 seconds.
Pitches back to Maurice Benson, and Maurice cuts through. Oh no, another fumble for the Indians. Another fumble for the Indians. They're driving again. They turn it over on the 50-yard line. Maurice Benson fumbled the ball. So that's twice tonight the Indians have had fumbles that have hurt them, hurt drives. Once before, Manhattan High was down on the 30-yard line and Greg Wilson fumbled. And here, Manhattan High driving again, and Maurice Benson turns it over on the 50-yard line. I meant when that ball hits your hands, it probably stings. When you get hit there, and Maurice Benson just turned it over. So Peters runs a little bit of option there to Tommy Williams.
And the flag there looks like either a face mask or a late hit by the Indians. It didn't look like really any kind of late hit there, so it's probably a face mask.
Clipping there by Wichita North.
Boy, thrown right on the spot of the tackle.
So Manhattan High gets a break after the turnover. It'll push Wichita North back. Bring up a first down and long for Wichita North. So 2 turnovers tonight for Manhattan High, 1 for Wichita North, and there's no score beginning the second quarter. Last offensive play there for Wichita North, we saw the wishbone. And Wichita North runs that wishbone there again. They've been mixing it up. They've had 5 wideouts, regular 2 backs back there. Now they got the wishbone, and it goes to number 40, Reggie Powell on the carry. Pickup of 5 on the play.
Well, it looks like Wichita North is really trying to switch up their offense. They figure that the only real chance they have to beat the Indians is if they keep them constantly on balance, not that they necessarily have better athletes. And with the numerous offenses we've seen them run through the eye, the wishbone, 4 or 5 wideouts. They've really altered a lot and kept Manhattan High off stride.
That's right. Here they switch up again, a little motion there. And here comes Peters setting up. He takes a short drop, throws over the middle to number 3, Jason Wenzel, and he had pressure on the play. He had to throw over the Manhattan High defensive line. Was unable to get the ball there. So it's bringing up a 4th down and 8 to go for Wichita North. So Manhattan High, after the turnover, after the fumble by Benson, holds tough. And Wichita North has forced the punt.
We've seen a real change in the Manhattan High defense. Once again, they got run over in the Wichita North, one of the Wichita North drives.
Good kick. Tom Thamert waves for the fair catch and lets it bounce in and out of the end zone. Manhattan High will take over. First down and 10 on the 20-yard line.
As I was saying, the Manhattan High defense has really adapted well to the numerous fronts that the Wichita North offense has shown them, and they've shut them down on 3 consecutive drives now. So it seems like the defense is becoming much more solid. Now Manhattan High just needs a little offensive spark.
That's right. It's been a defensive battle both ways. Both teams have driven down into the field, but thanks to turnovers or something else. And here comes Greg Wilson. He's breaking. He's going to beat that number 3. There he goes, and he didn't beat him. Out of bounds at the 50-yard line. Wilson caught there by number 3, Jason Wenzel, and it was a foot race as Wenzel got the good angle there and cut him off. Wilson almost had himself a touchdown.
An excellent cut by Greg Wilson. He started up the field, saw the opening to the outside, and made an excellent adjustment. Greg, one of the hardest cutters on the Manhattan High team, he can really switch his direction quickly.
So Manhattan High, big play, starting off their second half. And I got the ball near the 50-yard line. Here comes Lowenstein, hand off to Benson. Picks up about 4 on the play as he dances through a few Wichita North tacklers. Second down, 7 to go for Manhattan High. Manhattan High has thrown the ball only twice tonight. And they've stuck to the ground game, even though Wichita North has been tough. Wichita North, however, has passed quite a bit, but they've been mixing it up lately. Here comes Lowenstein, pitch back to Benson. Good hole there, and he's going. He's got 1 man to beat. Number 7 puts a fake on, and he's down at the 3-yard line. That was number 3 there. Jason Wenzel makes a stop. The only man to beat, and Wenzel, that's twice Wenzel has made a touchdown-saving tackle, and here come the Indians wearing down the Wichita North Redskins, and they're driving for what looks like to be a touchdown right now. They're on the 3-yard line.
Well, the only thing that could stop Manhattan High points right here is a turnover. I think they found out that the real asset of the Indians running backs is their speed. Now they're going to the outside and just burning Wichita North wide.
Well, they've gotten a lot. The blocking has been there. Wichita North is looking a little tired here. And here goes Benson up the middle. Touchdown for Maurice Benson. So Manhattan High gets 2 big running plays, one by Greg Wilson and one by Maurice Benson to set up his own touchdown. A 3-yard run for Benson, And Manhattan High is the first to score here, and it's 6-0 with 9:11 to go in the first half. Manhattan High draws first blood in this game. It's been a defensive battle so far. And Manhattan High is starting to come around on offense, coming back from 2 turnovers. Here's Kurt Clanton, just barely missed a 45-yard field goal earlier. And the kick is up and good for Kurt Clanton, and he's been almost perfect. He has been perfect on extra points so far this year. And Kurt adds this one, and it's 7-0 Manhattan High with 9:11 to go in the half.
Something very rare for high school place kickers. Kurt Clanton, Mr. Automatic for the Indians.
857. Repeat, RLR 857. Your car is blocking another car in the parking lot. Would you please move it? Thank you.
So now 9:11 to play here in the first half. Manhattan High with a 7-0 lead over the Wichita North Redskins. And Kurt Clanton once again will kick off for the Indians.
Manhattan High set up that touchdown by 2 nice runs, one by Greg Wilson and one by Maurice Benson, both to the left side of the field. And they both showed their quickness getting out to the outside, and Maurice Benson ran in for a 3-yard touchdown score. Manhattan's on the board first, and they're up 7-0. Kurt Clanton set to kick. Deep is number 20, Tommy Williams. Number 32, Keith Underwood. The kick short goes to Underwood, and he's stopped there at the 20, near the 30-yard line by number 28, Tom Thamer.
Good coverage there by the Indians. A little bit of a short kick for Kurt this time. Not one of his usual boomers. And Wichita North will be forced to take over at their own 28-yard line with a 1st and 10.
It's very cold out there tonight, and that ball really begins to sting when it hits off your foot like that. Kurt kicking, and I've seen the 2 fumbles. Probably that ball when they get hit stings a little, coughing it up. And here comes Peters. They got the 4 wideouts. Oh, and he's hit. There's number 58, Mike Ringenberg, picking up the loose ball. Brett Warstead runs over a man, and in for the score goes Mike Ringenberg. What a play.
I don't know if you saw it, but Brett Wallerstedt just leveled a Wichita North offensive lineman, just nailed him. It's amazing that he got up because he just fell straight down. Incredible block.
The quarterback was hit on the play. It's what caused a wobbly pass. We didn't see who it was. Whoever it was, you know who you are. Good job. And so Manhattan High comes up with a big interception by Mike Ringenberg. And Brett Wallerstedt threw a great block down there, runs over a Wichita North player in Manhattan High. Manhattan High, real quick here, has put 13 points on the board. In a matter of almost minutes, they've come back here and have started to really put on the points.
Well, if you have to, just call it seconds. Manhattan High scoring in about 2 touchdowns in approximately 30 seconds.
Great play there by Mike Ringenberg. Heads up, picks off the football after the quarterback was hit, and there's a lofty pass, and he got a nice block by Brett Wallerstedt there, knocking out the Wichita North player. And Manhattan High gets the touchdown. There's a flag on the play, and Kurt Clanton will kick it from 5 yards back.
No problem for Kurt.
And here comes the snap. Kurt kicks up, and good for Clanton. Automatic on that extra point. Great job by Kurt. So Manhattan High, after the extra point, is up 14-0 with 8:44 left to go. In the half, Manhattan High gets 2 quick scores.
And now it's turning more into a game that we would have expected. Manhattan High now really getting strong here in the second quarter. And we can't say it's quite a rout yet, but they're looking much stronger than Wichita North. Obviously, Manhattan High with very, very strong athletes, both on the offensive and defensive side, and they've just shown their physical superiority here in the second quarter.
Well, you can't forget about Wichita North. We saw them earlier in the game moving the ball in the pass. Here in the second quarter, they've had a few troubles moving the ball, through the pass. Manhattan High has been able to get to the quarterback, Peters, and he's had a couple rush passes and was hit and threw the interception. But Wichita North has got all seniors on that offensive line, and they're not going to give up here against the number 1 ranked Indians. Kurt, again, a rather short kick there. Ball's dropped, and it's down right there. Number 40, Reggie Powell, drops the ball, and he's down. He downed it there on the 23-yard line. So Wichita North will take over after having given up 2 quick touchdowns to the Indians.
Well, both the Indian defensive line and defensive backfield has done a great job. The line putting on a really tough rush here in the second quarter, and the backfield making some excellent adjustments to, right now, the 4.
And there we see it again.
Receivers.
Peters rushed there by number 78, Todd Murphy, number 67, Mike Jackman, and number 72, Colby Crowell, all putting the pressure on. Peters had to get that ball away quickly and was almost picked off there again. So we're seeing now Manhattan High, what they didn't do in the first quarter, get the penetration. And it's proven to be the difference so far in the second quarter as Manhattan High has gotten 14 points. Here comes Peters again. They got the 4 wideouts with Reggie Powell there in the backfield. Powell better get in there and block, but there he goes. This time, up the middle to Powell. Picks up 3 yards on the play.
So it'll be around 3rd and 6 for the Wichita North Redskins. This is a pretty crucial 3rd down conversion here. They really need to get on the board before the first half ends, and Manhattan High defense looking very tough, may not let them have another opportunity.
Well, Wichita North has just got to move the ball. They've had problems all this second half as Manhattan High has been in there. Here they go again, the same setup. Here go out to number, oh my goodness, what a little trick play there. Wasn't expecting that. It was a set play, and they call a play. There's a fight breaking out there. Bench is clear for Wichita North. The Manhattan coach is keeping the Manhattan players on the sideline. Greg Young wanting to get out in the action. And there was looked like a late hit by a Manhattan player, and the Wichita North player got a little upset, started throwing some punches uncalled for.
Well, I think the problem on that play was that it was a legitimate tackle by the Indians, except he ran into the bench there, and that could really hurt.
Yeah, he ran him out of bounds. He had the tackle, and his motion carried him out of bounds into the bench, and Wenzel got a little upset on the play, and a few words were exchanged, but nothing comes out of it. The referees controlled it, and of course the Manhattan High coaches saying to their players, let's keep under cool here, keep on their own sidelines. You saw the Wichita North players all jumping in there, but Manhattan High showing their class. They're the number 1 team in 6A as they stay on their own sidelines. And cooler heads prevail here as the referees try and sort out what we got here. They threw a flag as the Manhattan player was running out of bounds to the Wichita North player. I don't know whether there's another flag, maybe a personal foul on Manhattan, and that's it. I'm kind of surprised they don't call one on Wichita North, and that's exactly what the coaches out there are arguing right now. That's personal foul, and Coach Green's giving it to him, and that was Coach Lane over there getting upset. Coach Lane mad, and there's some words being exchanged here. Everyone's hot. The game's really starting to heat up now as Wichita North gets the personal foul there as the Manhattan player ran the man out of bounds. Looked like his momentum just carried him out of bounds. Ran into the bench. There's some words exchanged there. The Wichita North players were around. Manhattan stayed on the bench, and right now Coach Lane's arguing his case to the referees. He wants to know why his player got penalized and why the Wichita North player didn't get penalized when they were all crowding around there wanting to fight. And Manhattan right now is fired up, and I would not want to be a Wichita North player if I knew I had a guy like Brett Wallerstedt and Mark Ringenberg and Todd Murphy and the rest of them mad and staring at me, coming down at me. And here comes Peters, handing off to number 40 there. That's Reggie Powell and Ringenberg on the play. Pickup of 3 on the play, 2. They got the ball on the Manhattan 30-yard line, so they're driving here. Big personal foul call. Things started to heat up here. Things heating up on a cold night. Players are getting fired up. Here comes Peters, Powell in the backfield. Drops back to pass, throws out there to number 12, Scott Orth, breaks a couple tackles and picks up the first down.
Good move there by Scott Orth to get away from a couple Indian defenders. Manhattan High really getting fired up now over that call. I don't think I've ever seen Coach Lou Lane that mad before. Really upset about that call. And there certainly should have been offsetting penalties there. There was really no doubt. But when you're number one team in 6A, the calls sometimes go against you just for the underdog.
And here comes Peters, setting up, drops back to pass. There goes Ringenberg after him. Jackman's after him, and he throws. Oh, good pass to Winslow, good catch, and he's down near the first down, close to the 12-yard line, close to the 10-yard line. First down. So Peters rolling out of the pocket had Ringenberg and Jackman chasing him, or Wallerstedt and Jackman chasing him. But managed to get the ball. Winslow, nice catch. And Wichita North, after giving up 14 quick points, is not giving up right here. And handoff goes to Powell, and he's tripped up at the line by Mike Jackman, and number 57, Brett Wallerstedt, picks him up, gain of 2 on the play.
Now the Manhattan High defense, what we've seen so far this year, has just become almost invincible inside the 20-yard line. Has really turned on the gas here, and they're going to prevent Wichita North from getting a touchdown.
It's 2nd down and 7. It's Wichita North mixing it up, going to Powell and throwing it. Big personal foul call. Set up this drive. Fumble on the play, and it's Manhattan High ball. Wichita North driving on the 7-yard line, picked up by Todd Murphy, and Wichita North just, I don't know how that happened. They handed it off and just dropped right out of Reggie Powell's hands. So Manhattan High comes up with a big break as they pick up the ball. First down and 10 on the 7-yard line now for the Indians.
Well, that really hurt there for Wichita North. They knew they're going to get at least 3 points out of this drive unless they had a turnover, and that's exactly what happened.
So here comes Lowenstein now, handing off to Collins. He's hit at the line, gain of maybe 1 on the play. So Manhattan High coming back after the personal foul call to come up with the fumble recovery. And now they've got the ball on the 7-yard line. 5:26 left to go. 5:23 left to go in the half. And Manhattan High comes up with a big turnover, and that's one of the differences you can see between the two teams. Manhattan High doesn't turn the ball over in those situations like Wichita North. And there's Collins again on the play, spelling Maurice Benson. Maurice Benson going both ways, so he's got to have some rest. Then it'll be 3rd down and 5 to go for the Indians. Manhattan sets up the offense. 3rd down and 5. They'd like to get it out and get a first down so they don't have to come back from way in the end zone. Here comes Wilson running to the wide side. Got the first down. Breaks a few more tackles. I'd like to say a good block there by number 69, Blake Cows. Throws a good block there, opening up for Wilson so he could cut back up the middle and pick up enough for the first down. So Manhattan High gets it out of their own end. And it's 1st down and 10 to go on the 23-yard line of Manhattan. As Manhattan picked up the fumble on the 7-yard line, and they're starting to drive again with 4:25 left to go in the half. Here goes Lowenstein up the middle to Collins. He's hooked there by number 76, Mike Williams. Gain of 1 on the play.
You can see tempers are starting to flare pretty high. There must be words being exchanged down there on the field because players seem to be jumping up after every single play.
Oh, you imagine there is after a play like you saw. happened there with the personal foul call.
Second and about 8 for the Indians. Pitch out goes to Collins. Oh, and a very nice job there by number 22. An excellent hit by Rufus Anderson. Went through a block to make the hit.
With 3:31 left to go in the first half, Manhattan High up 14-0. They got 2 quick scores on a good run by Wilson and Benson to set up a touchdown run at 3 yards for Benson. And then they picked off, Mike Ringenberg picked off a pass, took it in the end zone for a touchdown, and after a personal foul call and some words exchanged, and Wichita North had it on the 7, they fumbled, and here's Manhattan. Lowenstein back to pass, got a man, Randy Pearson, over the middle, pick up of 10 on the play. Nice catch there by Randy. He broke into the middle and made the catch. That's senior number 7, Randy Pearson, on the play. So Manhattan High, after picking up the fumble by Wichita North on the 7-yard line, is driven out near the 40-yard line here. 3:01 left to go. Manhattan like to get on the board here. Lowenstein calling out the play. Drops back to pass. There's flag down. He goes to Kurt Clanton.
Kurt all alone.
Kurt was wide open. His defender fell down. Touchdown. But there's a flag on the play, and they're probably going to bring it back.
And from the Indian reaction, it looks like it is going to be against them.
Probably a motion call as it was made right as the ball was snapped. Can't be sure, but let's wait and see. And motion on the Indians, so that brings back a touchdown. And penalties have hurt the Indians tonight. They had a touchdown brought back on an interception by Collins. Here's another touchdown by Kurt Clanton, brought back by a motion call. So Manhattan High unable to overcome the turnovers tonight.
That's 3 touchdowns taken away by Manhattan High mental errors. They had the ball on the 5-yard line, which probably would have gone in for a score, and then, of course, the Collins interception, as you just mentioned, Eric, and then the touchdown right here by Kurt Clanton, which is called back.
So Manhattan High now will have a first down and 15 to go. Ball will be on their 35-yard line. Lowenstein going to the air twice in a row. Effective both times. Let's see what he does here. There's Wilson and Collins in the backfield. Lowenstein back to pass again, rolls out, nowhere to go. And he's sacked back there. A loss of 5 on the play. So Manhattan High going backwards after the penalty. Now the loss on the rollout by Lowenstein of about 5 yards again. With 2:24 left to go, Manhattan's got second down and 20 to go, near 20 to go. The Indians, after getting the fumble, started moving the ball nicely, but now they've had some problems. They had a touchdown by Kurt Clanton called back on a motion call, and now Lowenstein sacked for a loss of 5. And here they go, 2nd and 20. Lowenstein back to pass again, 4th time in a row. He's going deep, airing it out to Clanton again. Oh, in and out of the hands of Kurt Clanton. Great catch. He extended himself as far as he could go, but he couldn't quite pull it in off his fingertips. Nice attempt there by Kurt. So that's 4 passes in a row by Lowenstein, and Manhattan receivers have been open every time. Bad break there. Kurt almost had it. He had one called back earlier.
Well, Clanton stretched out every inch of that 6'3" frame, but couldn't quite come down with the football, and the Indians are forced to a 3rd and 20.
Lowenstein put it right there, too. Kurt had a couple guys around him, and Lowenstein put it right where it had to be. Passing 2 defenders in front of the other one. And here comes Lowenstein. 3rd and 20. Pitches back now to Wilson. Cuts up. Good block by Todd Murphy. Runs over number 3 for the first down. Ran over Jason Witzel for the first down. Good block by number 78, Todd Murphy. Using on defense, coming in to play a little offense here on the offensive line.
Gain of 23 on the play for Wilson, so with just 2 runs from almost that same area, he's gained 30 yards earlier in the second quarter, and now a 23-yard gain. So Greg Wilson's starting to come alive.
Great run there, and Manhattan High threw it 4 times, and then they ran the ball. Wichita North, 3rd and 20, expecting to pass again. And Wilson came up with a good run. Pass out there to number 29, Jared Cochran. Once he took a little one-step drop and was looking for it was Thamer. It was Cochran out there, and just couldn't quite come up with it. Lowenstein threw it on his other side, and he tried to reach back for it, but couldn't quite tip it in front of him to bring it down. Here comes Scott Travis, a regular defensive player, coming in for an offensive play. Randy Pearson also into the game. 2nd down and 10 for the Indians. They got the ball just near midfield, and they've picked up a fumble here, and they've gone all the way here. And Lowenstein, with the quarterback keeper, ridden down there by number 36, Doug Heffron, and number 12, Scott Orth, in on the stop. Lowenstein on the keeper picks up 5.
Manhattan High going to a little change there, going with the quarterback keeper from Lowenstein, and a good gain on the play of 5. So now they can do a lot of things on 3rd and 5, but a very important conversion here for the Indians. They like to get in for another score with only 53 seconds left to go here in the first half.
If they can't get in for the touchdown, they'd like to get it down a little closer and let Kurt try one. Kurt Clanton just missed a 45-yarder. He's got the range. They need to get it about 10, 15 yards closer for Kurt. Here comes Lowenstein dropping backs. Got his man in and out of the hands of Tom Thamer. Thamer had to stop and jump up to the ball, and the cold ball in the hands there went right through his hands. So we got 4th down and 5 here. And they're going to not take any chances here, bringing on Kurt Clanton to do the punting with 34 seconds left. No sense in risking a turnover here and giving up a score before half.
Kurt with a chance to have a little bit of fun and see how close he can angle the ball out of bounds.
Timeout on the field called by Wichita North. They'll probably want to call timeout here and set up, maybe have a chance to get the punt, set up a run back, and maybe try and throw a bomb. Peter's been throwing the ball all night, but Manhattan High has held tough. Wichita North, on their last drive, had the ball on the Manhattan 7-yard line after a personal foul and a couple of good runs, something they haven't done, and had the ball on the 7-yard line, and they handed off up the middle to number 40, Reggie Powell, and Powell dropped the ball. The Indians pounced on it, and the Indians drove down, and the drive stalled out just near midfield. 4th down and 5 for the Indians, and they bring on Kurt Clanton to do the punting. With only 34 seconds left to go in the half, no sense in giving up a turnover here.
Well, you never know for the Indians. Obviously, they most likely play it safe with 14-point lead in the first half, but they may go to a little bit of razzle-dazzle. Only 34 seconds left to go, and the way the Manhattan High defense is played, the chances of Wichita North scoring are pretty slim.
Also tonight, we'd be remiss if we didn't mention the fact tonight's homecoming. The honoraries setting up on the other side of the field to come in, and they do the razzle-dazzle. Brett Wallstead picks it up over the middle to Bruce Brose. First down on 35-yard line. Pete, you called it exactly right. Brett Wallstead getting a chance to throw the ball, and it's a first down for the Indians on the 35-yard line. Heck of a play by Brett Wallstead and Bruce Brose connecting on the play, but we see the flag on the play. Hopefully that doesn't go against the Indians. The Indians have had bad breaks all night. Penalties going against them all night. Let's see what they call here. Motion on the Indians.
Manhattan High is self-destructing. It seems whenever they get a good play going, they have a penalty, and it just drives them back further. So now, certainly with a 4th and 10, the chance for razzle-dazzle is pretty much lost, and they're just going to have to go to the punt.
Yeah, that's too bad, too. Nice play there set up by Coach Lane, having Brett Wallerstedt pick up the ball, throwing it to Bruce Brose, made a nice catch, had the first down. But again, the motion call, clipping earlier in the game, bringing back a touchdown. Collins' touchdown getting called back. Clanton's touchdown getting called back. Big play here getting called back. The Indians could be up 28-0 right now if it wasn't for penalties. And Kurt just takes it this time. Hangs it up there, bounces the 30, takes a north bounce. Todd Murphy picks it up near the 35-yard line. So with 12 seconds left to go in the half, Manhattan up 14-0. They scored all their points in about 30 seconds. first touchdown coming after 2 nice runs by Greg Wilson and Maurice Benson, setting up a 3-yard run for Benson. And the second play, a nice play by Mike Ringenberg to pick off a Tony Peters pass that went up a lame duck pass after he was hit, and with 12 seconds left to go. Now the clock runs out, and that's the end of the first half, with Manhattan leading 14-0 on the 2 scores. And it's been a defensive battle so far. Wichita North really looking pretty tough. Manhattan had some turnover problems and some penalty problems. They'll go at half talk about it, but they've got the lead 14-0, as the honoraries are going to be honored tonight at the halftime.
We'll be back with Manhattan High football on Cable Channel 6. Welcome, ladies and gentlemen. I'm Peter Boxtellos for Manhattan High football on Cable Channel 6. We're just about to begin the second half here. The Indians finishing their last-minute stretches before the half begins. And they lead 14-0 over the Wichita North Redskins. Manhattan High with 2 scores coming almost within 30 seconds of each other. A Maurice Benson 3-yard run early in the second quarter, set up by a Greg Wilson 30-yard run, and then a Maurice Benson 26-yard run, and then Benson later went in for the score. And then 30 seconds later, Mike Ringenberg picked off a pass and ran in with it into the end zone. A good play by the Manhattan offensive line to force a wobbly lame duck pass. Ringenberg picked it off and ran it in for the Manhattan High scores. So now they've added some time onto the clock here for the Indians. About 2:12 to go. So now with this much time left, we're going to take a break, and we'll be back in just a moment with Manhattan High football on Cable Channel 6.
Go on.
Now with Manhattan High football on Cable Channel 6, and with us is Eric Higgins to give us a little bit of a recap of the game so far.
So far tonight, we've seen a defensive struggle between both teams. Starting off in the first quarter, it was 0-0. Wichita North was playing the Manhattan High running game very tough, and Manhattan High was slipping a little on the passing game. They didn't look as sharp as they have in the past, but in the second quarter, Manhattan High came around and really started to put the rush on the quarterback, Eric Peters, and from then on, it's been all Manhattan High pretty much. They came up with a big interception play. Number 58, Mike Ringenberg, came up with a big interception in the second quarter right after a Manhattan touchdown set up by 2 fine runs by Greg Wilson and Maurice Benson. And that was the only scoring so far in the game. In about 30 seconds, Manhattan High put 14 points on the board. And that's been it so far, as Wichita North still held tough. I think if the Indians had to point to one thing they'd like to change, and that's a few of the penalties. They've had 3 touchdowns called back tonight. And that's really hurt the Indians. They could be up by a lot more. And here comes Kurt Clanton with the kick. Deep kick taken by number 32, Keith Underwood. Breaks out to the outside, breaks a tackle, and he's met by Maurice Benson. Taken down at the 38-yard line. Nice return by Underwood.
A fine kick by Clanton, but Underwood showing exceptional speed. Was able to break through the wedge set up by Wichita North and get to the 38-yard line. So that's where Wichita North will begin their first drive of the second half.
Wichita North did it in the first half with the passing game with Peters throwing the ball quite a bit. Let's see what they do here. They go with the two backs in the backfield. Peters keeps it, and he's ridden down there by number 40, Matt Laurie, seeing some of his first action tonight, and number 57, Brett Wallerstedt. Brett's been in on a lot of plays, so loss of almost 5, close to 6 on the play, puts the ball back at the 31-yard line, second down, 16 to go.
Good pursuit there by the Indians, not fooled by a little fake.
Here comes Peters, two backs in the backfield, rolls out to his left, throws intended for number 3, Jason Wetzel. No good, the pass was high.
It's a very difficult passing position there for Peters. Trying to throw with his right hand, throwing it across his body, very difficult. And good Manhattan High pursuit there forced that very difficult pass.
So Manhattan High holding tough on the passing game. They started doing it in the second quarter when they started to blitz Peters a little bit, get a little pressure on him. And after the loss, it's 3rd and 16. Peters goes back to pass again. He looks way across the field for the referee. No good.
Good hit there by Scott Travis, once again putting a little bit of pressure on. Manhattan High is getting that rush going, unlike the first quarter, where they were eaten up by the Wichita North passing game.
So Peters forced to throw the ball away on 3rd and 16, brings up 4th and 16. Punting situation for Wichita North. Thamert and Benson back deep for the Indians. Wobbly kick. Thamert lets it bounce, and it's rolled down to about the 33-yard line, down by number 52, Patrick O'Neill. And the Indians will take over there, first down and 10.
Not a very pretty kick there by Rufus Anderson, but a very effective one. And he forces Manhattan High once again back to around their 34-yard line. Make it the 33.
Wichita North has been playing Manhattan High's run fairly tough all night outside of one drive where both Wilson and Benson had big runs. Wichita North looked pretty well on defense, and here they go again. Wilson, big hole up the middle. Pickup of about 6 on the play. Stopped by number 3, Jason Wetzel.
Also in there was Patrick O'Neill getting a hand on Greg Wilson's foot to trip him up.
Here comes Randy Pearson in the game. Randy caught a pass in the first half. Here comes Lowenstein setting up the Manhattan High offense. Drops back to pass, looks out to the outside for number 86, Kurt Clanton. Pass thrown a little to the other side of Kurt, and number 52, Patrick O'Neill, was there. And the pass was tipped away, incomplete. Brings up 3rd down and 3 yards to go for Manhattan.
Well, Manhattan will probably go to a run here. Greg Wilson with that nice run to start the second half for the Indians. A little bit of a broken play there by Lowenstein. A little bit too quick a pass there, and Kirk Clanton wasn't able to hold on to it. Also good coverage by number 22, Rufus Anderson on the play.
And here comes Benson out of the outside. Good block by number 57, Brett Wallerstedt. Be close to the first down. He's got the first down. Nice run by Benson and good block by Wallerstedt.
A little bit of a late hit there by Gary Houston. Nothing called. Gary Houston of the Wichita North Redskins.
They called one in the first half against Manhattan High. Matt Laurie running the Wichita North player out of bounds. It looked like a clean play. His momentum seemed to just carry him. But that was a big play for Wichita North. But unfortunately for North, they turned it over on that possession. Manhattan held tough. Here comes Lowenstein, pressured. Rolls out, scrambling. And he throws it looking for number 86, Kurt Clanton, downfield. But the pass was low and it skips to Clanton. So we got 2nd down and 10. Lowenstein was pressured by 3 or 4 Wichita North players in this, on that particular play.
Mark Bolduc in there to get a hand on Lowenstein's arm and force a bad pass.
What's been important for Manhattan on the passing game is stopping that penetration. They had problems against Emporia in the first game, a few problems against Wichita West, but here tonight they've looked pretty good except on that last play. And here's Lowenstein on the quarterback keeper, breaking a few tackles, picks up a nice gain of 8 on the play.
Finally wrapped up by Mark Bolduc and Mike Williams. The Lowenstein, a little dancing around, picks up quite a nice gain for the Indians.
Lowenstein's a fine runner. He's a strong guy and can really take it up the field when he's called on. So on the play, a gain of 8. It'll bring up 3rd down and 2 yards to go for Matt Lowenstein and the Manhattan High Indians. Here comes Lowenstein up the middle to Wilson. Hole up the middle. Good play. He picks up the 1st down and more. Flag on the play. I think we're going to see a late hit.
Very nice run by Greg Wilson, keeping his legs churning. Was able to break a couple tackles with the line of scrimmage and make a very nice game for the Indians. And we're going to have a penalty against Wichita North. So finally, penalty call goes against Wichita North, and the Indians will be helped on this drive.
That's right. Manhattan had one earlier, and Wichita North has been fired up. They've been playing a little rough football here, and they get the call this time, personal foul, late hit on the play, as Wilson had a nice run, pickup of 7 or 8 on the play, and with the 15-yard penalty, moved the ball down to the 21-yard line of the Redskins. Manhattan High has got a nice drive going already to start the second half. Here comes Lowenstein rolling out to his right, pass to number 29, Jared Cochran, and it's caught, hit there by Scott Orr. Pickup of near 5 on the play.
Very good reception by Cochran. Took a lot of concentration. He was hit just as he received the ball. And with the man's helmet right in his arm, still able to hold on to the ball.
Fine catch by Jared. Here comes Manhattan High once again. It'll be 2nd down and 8 to go. Lowenstein sets up. Pitches out to Maurice Benson. He's got blockers in front of him. Runs over a tackle. He'll be near the 1st down and taken down by number 3, jumping in on the pile, Jason Wenzel, and number 71, Eric Klein, coming out there too to help make the stop.
Very nice blocking scheme there for the Indians. Maurice Benson had quite a large hole to run, so he probably could have driven just a small pickup truck through that one. And Maurice, obviously not that big, had a big hole and an excellent game for the Indians.
And it's timeout for Wichita North. They got to talk about it. They've been playing pretty good defense against the Manhattan High running game at Manhattan, mixing it up a few passes here and there. And Manhattan's taking it down all the way to the 10-yard line of Wichita North. 1st down and 10 to go. The 1st down marker is near the goal line, so Manhattan will still have a chance to get a 1st down even if they don't get the touchdown. And what we've seen so far for the Indians on a lot of the Indian drives in the first half, they had a lot of big plays called back by penalties. But so far in this drive, Manhattan has had no penalties, and they had a big roughing penalty there, late hit by Wichita North, which has helped them. So this time the brakes are going the Indians' way, and they're driving.
Well, Wichita North definitely has to shut down the Indians here. With a 14-0 lead, 7:44 left to go in the 3rd quarter, it is of utmost importance if you're a Wichita North fan to really shut down the Indians, because if the Indians get another score with the defense looking as tough as they are right now, there's really no way for Wichita North to get back into this ballgame.
The Indians are always tough on defense. Tonight's no exception. When the Wichita North had turnovers, or when Manhattan turned over, here's Greg Wilson. He scoots forward for a pickup of about 4 on the play. So when Manhattan High turned the ball over twice, the defense is held tough, and in situations where it looked like Wichita North would put points on the board, Manhattan has shut them down.
Well, the Manhattan High offense has done a good job of mixing things up, going inside, going outside, a couple passes, and they pretty much kept Wichita North off balance.
Here comes Lowenstein to Benson, running out to the right. He's got Wallerstedt in front of him. He's down and inside the 5-yard line near the 3. That Wallerstedt leading the block on the play, and it'll be 3rd down for the Indians. They could get a 1st down, but it's awful near the touchdown marker.
I think we'll probably see a run here again for the Indians. Maybe to the left side. They've got quite a bit of room to that side, and Benson and Wilson have been very effective carrying around the ends.
They got Cochran lined up on the right, and here it comes. Maurice Benson hit by number 66. Alan Hines breaks through the line, and he stops Maurice for a loss of 2 on the play, bringing out 4th down and 5. Let's see what Coach Lane wants to do here. He's bringing in the field goal unit.
Well, I think if you're Coach Lane, you have to look at the score. If Kirk gets this field goal, then Wichita North has to score 3 times in order to win the ball game, even with the 2-point conversion.
That's right, and Kurt's a very good field goal kicker. He's just missed a 45-yarder earlier in the game, and as far as extra points goes, this year he's been automatic, and this is no further than an extra point. It's a little off to the right side there. And here comes Kirk up and straight through the uprights. Good kick by Kirk. So Kurt Clanton adds a 3-point field goal on here, and Manhattan goes up 17-0 with 5:50 left to go in the 3rd quarter.
Well, pretty strong drive there by Manhattan High. Wichita North showing some guts on defense. They're able to shut down the Indians from inside the 10-yard line. But once again, the Indians do get that important 3 points and make Wichita North have to score 3 times in order to win the ball game. They can't even tie with the score, with 2 scores. They have to score 3 times.
So Manhattan High taking the second half, the start of the second half, driving down all the way down to the Wichita North 5-yard line, but the drive stalled out there. Fortunately, no penalties on this drive like previous drives, and Manhattan High adds on a 3-point field goal by Kurt Clanton. And he's set the kick here. Kickoff taken by number 32, Keith Underwood. He breaks up the middle and is hit by Scott Travis, and he's down across the 20-yard line to about the 22. It'll be 1st down and 10 for Wichita North there.
Well, once again, the Indians with excellent coverage on special teams, both punting and kicking off. They're always there stopping the team either close to the 20-yard line or within it. If you're a -3 Manhattan High turnovers, as we said, or not turnovers, but penalties, as we said before, the score could be 38-0 instead of 17 because of the 3 callback touchdowns the Indians had on penalties. And now the Indians, with good pressure, forced the incompletion by Peters.
Peters was scrambling on the play looking for number 12, Scott Orth, but the pass is low, and it's being 2nd down and 10. Manhattan High tightening up the defense on the pass. In the first half, Wichita North moved the ball well through the air, but now Manhattan High is tightening up the defense, and they're looking good here. Here comes Peters. They got the 5 wideouts now as they need to score points. Blitz. And he's hit there by, he was hit by number 69, Blake House, in there first, but managed to get the pass complete to number 88, Sean McGinnis. Pick up a 5 on the play. It'll be 3rd and 5.
Well, that time Manhattan High with the blitz and with 5 wideouts, the chances of somebody being open are pretty good, and he was able to find McGinnis, but McGinnis couldn't stay on his feet, and only a gain of 5.
Here comes Peters, 5 wideouts again. He's back to pass. He wants the quarterback keeper, but no go as Mike Jackman doesn't buy the quarterback keeper, and he takes him down for a loss of 2 on the play. Mike Jackman happy about that one, throwing the bone. As they stop him, 4th down and 7 to go for Wichita North Redskins. The Manhattan High defense looks tough so far to start the 3rd quarter, stopping Wichita North twice, and they have to punt again.
Once again, Rufus Anderson doing the punting for the Wichita North Redskins.
Short, wobbly kick. It drops and takes an Indian bounce. That kick didn't go more than 15 yards, and the Indians will start with great field position on the 40, just inside the 40-yard line, near the 37 of Wichita North. So Manhattan High starts with good field position here, has got a chance to put some more points on the board. With Wichita North's passing attack, you like to get points, a lot of points on the board, because Wichita North can score quick if they get the passes deep.
Once again, 1st and 10 for the Indians at the Wichita North 37-yard line. Matt Lowenstein sets the offense for the Indians.
Here comes Lowenstein back to pass. He wants Randy Pearson, but he's not there, and he's hit. He was hit on the play there by number 75, Mark Bolduck. He wanted Randy. He pumped once, and by the time Lowenstein looked up again, he had Mark Bolduck in his face, and Randy wasn't open. And the ball just kind of lofted up there. Reggie Powell was in the neighborhood, almost could have had an interception there. Fortunate for the Indians, it's incomplete, so it'll be 2nd down and 10. Lowenstein sets up. Got Jared Cochran right. He rolls to the right, pitches back to Benson. Hole, nice hole there. And he picks up about 8 on the play. Nice little option play by Manhattan High. That's an impressive-looking option play with Lowenstein coming down the line and Benson or Ringenberg and Wallerstedt pulling. That makes an impressive play, especially when you got a runner like Benson to pitch to who can cut back as good as he can.
That'll be 3rd and about 2 for the Indians. You'll probably once again see a running play. Benson and Greg Wilson in the backfield for the Indians.
Here comes Lowenstein, hands off to Wilson up the middle, pickup of about 5-7 on the play. 1st down for Manhattan High inside the Wichita North 25-yard line near the 22. So Manhattan High takes the short kick by Wichita North and is driving again. They got a field goal on their first possession of the half, and they're driving again, looking to put more points up on the board with 3 minutes left to go in the 3rd quarter. Here comes Lowenstein up the middle to Wilson. He runs to the outside. He's got a couple men on him, and he couldn't quite turn the corner and get into the end zone, but he picks up 7 on the play. Stopped by number 3, Wenzel, and the man down on the play for Wichita North is number 22, Rufus Anderson. He was also in the stop, and Wilson put his head down and ran over him. Probably got the wind knocked out of him. At halftime, the Manhattan High Indians, we had our homecoming game, our homecoming festivities here, and they announced the homecoming king and queen. We'd like to congratulate the homecoming king and queen for this 1987 homecoming, the queen being Katie Williams and the king being Matt Laurie. Matt Laurie's out there on the football field right now, and Katie's a cross-country runner who just yesterday, Thursday, took first place in the cross-country invitational at Hayden. So congratulations to both those people. And as Manhattan High has got the ball, 2nd down and 2 to go with 2:27 left to go. Manhattan's up 17-0, and they're driving here on their 2nd possession of the half. Manhattan High has proved to be the dominant team in this 2nd half, taking the first one down for a field goal and driving here again and shutting down Wichita North. Lowenstein's rolling to the right. He's got Pearson in the end zone. Oh, he's hit on the play. In and out of the hands of Randy Pearson. Good play by number 12, Scott Orth. Randy had it, but number 12, Scott Orth, knocked it away.
Good pressure there by number 66, Alan Hine, forcing Lowenstein to throw maybe a little bit sooner than he would have wanted to. And, of course, an excellent defensive play on the other end, hitting Pearson just as he received the ball.
It'll be 3rd down now and 3 to go for the Indians. Lowenstein hasn't completed many passes, but a lot of the passes have been right on the mark. He had a touchdown pass called back in the presence of Kirk Clinton. Here comes Wilson, big hole up the left side. Flag on the play. Looks like number 21 might have speared him. He looked like he hit him in the head with his helmet. And when you hit someone with your helmet, you can't do that. And that's the way it goes. The penalty goes against Wichita North, most likely. It's a good run by Greg Wilson. They have the 1st down. There it is, the personal foul against Wichita North. Now, it looks like, I think it was number 21, the Wichita North player, came up and hit Greg Wilson with the helmet, spearing call, personal foul. So Manhattan High will take it half the distance to the goal line. They'll have it on the 3-yard line.
Very nice run there by Greg Wilson. Greg's been a really strong runner tonight, keeping those legs churning. He's done a great job for the Indians. I'm sure he's getting closer over to 100 yards.
He had over 100 yards last week, a little over 100 yards. And this week he's doing it again. Nice running by Wilson. And here comes Benson, breaking, looking for the touchdown. He's right. He falls right near the end zone marker. Second down. Maurice Benson close to getting his second touchdown of the night. So Manhattan High come out in the second half smoking. In the first drive, they took it down to the 5-yard line, but Wichita North stopped them. Kurt Clannon kicked the field goal. And now they're driving again on their second position, and they got the ball inches away from their second score of the second half. Here comes Lowenstein, takes it himself, breaks the plane for a touchdown. Manhattan High goes up 23-0. Nice play by Lowenstein. He followed his center, Greg Young, right up the middle, broke the plane and fell in for the touchdown.
Very nice drive there by the Indians. Once again, they didn't kill themselves with a penalty like they did in the first half. Just strong passing, strong running by Greg Wilson and Maurice Benson, and then Matt Lowenstein takes it in for the touchdown. Just an all-around good drive there for the Indians. You have to be pleased with that.
Here comes Kurt Clanton on to try the extra point. Kurt missed a 45-yard field goal just barely in the first half. Kicked one just a minute ago, and the kick goes through and is good. So Kurt adds the extra point. He's really great on those extra points, and he has a field goal to go with that tonight. So with 1:13 left to play in the third quarter, Manhattan High goes up 24-0. They've scored 10 points to open up this second half, and they've looked impressive on both of their drives tonight. And on defense, in the first half, they looked a little shaky defending the pass, but in the second half, it's been all Manhattan High on defense.
Well, they've adjusted very well to the strong passing game of Wichita North. The Manhattan High rush and their defensive backfield has done an excellent job.
Right now, we'd like to mention some of the other sports that go on here at Manhattan High. Manhattan High has got a fine athletic program. We'd like to wish Coach Don Burchard and the MHS volleyball team good luck tomorrow in the Lawrence Invitational Tourney. Manhattan is 16-4 for the season of volleyball. Back to football. Here comes Woodward breaking up the outside. He's got a blocker, but he's run out of bounds by Mark Collins. Runs into a few players on the Manhattan sidelines, and that's not the place to pick a fight. Also, we'd like to wish the gymnastic coach, Michelle Blanton, and the Manhattan High gymnastics team good luck tomorrow at the Newton Invitational. Finally, another fine sport that Manhattan High dominates in is tennis. We'd like to wish Coach Dexter Bone and his girls tennis team good luck. Their home tennis invitational starting at 9 a.m. tomorrow morning, Saturday morning. Here comes Peters, looking to pass, goes to number 3, Jason Wenzel. Good coverage on the play, though, and the pass ball is incomplete.
It's supposed to be around 50 degrees tomorrow morning, so that should be a nice brisk start for the girl tennis
It'll
players.
be a little brisk out there at Manhattan City Park. So if you can, come out and watch the girls tennis team. So here comes Wichita North, second down and 10. Peters looking, number 3, Jason Wenzel goes in motion. He goes deep, looking for Wenzel, out of bounds. They call a flag. They throw a flag on the play. I'm not sure what they call. The coverage was there by number 57, Brett Wallerstedt, and I think what the call is interference. What he was doing there is what they call face guarding. He had his hands in the face of the defender there, or the player, which was Jason Wenzel, and you can't do that. If you want to play the defense, you have to turn and look. You can't sit there and face guard like that and have your hands in his face like that, and that's a penalty. That'll be an interference call on Manhattan High. Face guarding on number 57, Brett Wallerstedt.
That's a very tough call. They were almost out of bounds. It was tough to see whether they were inbounds or out of bounds. And if they were out of bounds, then they really can't call that on Brett because it's an impossible catch, and you can't have pass interference on a catch that can't be made.
Coach Lane was arguing that Coach Lane was arguing on the play that Brett Wallerstedt was legally covering. He was arguing he had his hands straight up in the air. Well, that's not the way the referees saw it, and they called the pass interference play. So Eric Peters comes up with a big play as Jason Wenzel was going deep. The ball was out of bounds. The referees ruled the pass incomplete. They're still talking over the penalty.
Well, if they do call it pass interference, then Wichita North will have the ball on the Indian 42-yard line. That's exactly where they'll spot it. Nope, now they pass it around, and it looks like they're actually going to call that they were out of bounds, and so we'll bring it back once again.
They obviously agreed with what Coach Lane said, that Brett Wallerstedt did indeed. Wait, they're bringing it back again. I'm not sure what they called the penalty not from the point of the infraction, which would have been near the 40-yard line of Manhattan High, but from the line of scrimmage, and they took the 15-yard penalty. So after all that, Wichita North will have first down and 10 near the 50-yard line. Here comes Peters. Hands off up the middle to number 40, Reggie Powell. One of the few runs Powell has seen tonight.
We really don't want to have to run against the Manhattan High defense because they are just so traditionally strong against the run. The teams just can't really do anything against them. They have to go to the air, and the Indians defended the pass well tonight after those first initial drives of the Wichita North Redskins.
Here comes Peters. And he rolls out to his left. Throwing deep for number 2. He's going to overthrow him. Jeff Park was the intended receiver. Back for the Indians is number 22, Mark Collins, and number 28, Tom Thamer. And Peters overthrows the intended receiver. Brings up third down and 7 to go for the Redskins.
The Indians with a 24-0 lead here, coming down to the final moments of the third quarter. The Indian defense has just looked as strong as always, if not stronger. They've adapted to the pass well tonight, and they've just been dominating against the run.
Here comes Peters with Powell in the backfield. He looks to his left and goes back to his right. Number 78, Todd Murphy, put the pressure on. He threw the ball out of bounds. Brings up fourth down and 7 on the play. Manhattan High, after a shaky start on the pass defense in the first half, has really looked good here in the second half. With 13 seconds left to go, Wichita North has got a fourth down and 7, and Manhattan is up 24-0.
Wichita North really hasn't been able to get anything going on offense since the first quarter. They tried to set up a screen there, but then overthrew the swing man, and Wichita North is just really unsuccessful.
Here comes North back to punt. Pretty good kick there. Bounces and takes a Wichita North bounce and rolls out of bounds at the 21-yard line of Manhattan High.
Well, that time Rufus Anderson got a kick a little bit farther than 15 yards, and the Indians will have the ball on their own 22-yard line to start this drive. 3 seconds left to go in the third quarter.
Manhattan High also in this second half has been able to get their running game going. In the first half, the only real running they had was a nice drive that he put together, their touchdown drive in the first quarter, set up by runs by Wilson and Benson. But in the first half, that was about it. But so far in the second quarter, they've looked really good. Here comes Lowenstein rolling to his left. And he's taken down there by number 88, Sean McGinnis. Lowenstein kept it that time on the option play. And that runs out the third quarter. 24-0, the Indians are up.
We'll be back in just a few moments with Indian football on Cable Channel 6.
Who is this guy?
Hi, I'm Mark Watson.
What is this guy? What's the story?
Harvard Law School. This is a big day for all of us.
But
I've decided to let you pay your own way.
what's a guy to do? This or this?
I'm going on the Henry Q. Bouchard Memorial Scholarship for the best black applicant.
Congratulations, Mr. Watson.
Soul Man.
I wish. Listen, she's going to say the word. And sometimes, you know, wishes do come true. Goblin King! Goblin King! Wherever you may be, take this child of mine far away from me! And thus began her adventure.
Everything I've done for you.
Turn back before it's too late.
David Bowie in a Jim Henson film, When Nothing is as it seems. The world of Labyrinth.
It's further than you think.
Or is it?
I'm gonna be here in Los Angeles all summer.
Could turn out to be a real hot one.
Yeah, look, my name's Daryl Cage.
My brother Tommy and his wife Chris picked me up at the airport. He grabbed the wrong bag off the thing. We got back to his house and when I woke up,
There was drugs in the bag, and they were dead.
Stranded in a city he doesn't know.
What do you want with me?
You're the only person I know in Los Angeles.
Accused of a crime he didn't commit.
Come on in. Tell me the whole story.
I think we tried that once, and I got shot at.
Hunted by a man he's never met.
Don't ever get on my bad side.
Anthony Michael Hall.
You're way out of bounds. One careless move and he'll blow your ass to pieces.
The junior-dominated backfield. Greg Wilson doing an excellent job. Maurice Benson, the Snake, doing a great job as always. You really have to think happily when you look forward to next year with that strong duo.
That's right. Coach, both Benson and Wilson doing a good job, and you got to commend Mark Collins too, coming in here tonight and doing a good job as fumble on the play. Wilson, the pitch was a little off, wasn't quite in Greg's hands. He had a little trouble getting it, so Manhattan High loses about 7 on the play. As I was saying, he's got to be happy with Mark Collins too, coming in and filling in and doing a good job. So there's a loss of 7 on the play. It will be 3rd down and 17 for the Indians.
Well, the Indians with the 24-0 lead, they could go to the run if they felt like it, just to use some time, make sure they don't lose the ball here with good field position for Wichita North.
Here comes Lowenstein. He pitches back to Benson. Halfback option. He goes downfield. Oh! Just out of the reach, number 88, Jason Kaus. So Coach Lane likes that halfback option pass. Maurice Benson's got a good arm. And that pass was just out of the reach of Jason Kaus, bringing up 4th down and 17.
Maurice Benson started in left field for the McCall's baseball team this summer, and he did an excellent job there, and we'll be seeing he's got a very, very strong arm. Just gunned that ball to Kaus, but just a little bit out of Jason's reach.
Here comes Clanton back to kick. High snap. Clanton pulls it down, kicks a nice kick. Line drive, and it bounces, and it's down by number 28, Tom Thamer, on about the 25-yard line. That's where Wichita North will take over, trailing 24-0. They're really going to have to hustle to get 24 points on the board.
Well, the way the Manhattan High defense has played so far, I think 9 minutes and 23 seconds is definitely not going to be enough for Wichita North. They haven't scored in the previous 36 minutes of the first 3 quarters, and it doesn't look like they're going to now. The defense seems to get stronger, while the Wichita North offense seems to be tiring.
Here comes the Wichita North offense. led by Eric Peters. Peters rolls out to the left. He's tripped up by number 69, Blake Cowles. Great play there by Blake Cowles. Peters is looking downfield for number 12, Scott Orth, but he was tripped up by Blake Cowles, so it'll be second down and 9 to go. Peters fell forward for a yard.
It was a pretty important play by Cowles because it looks like Peters could have picked up 5, maybe 6 yards on the play, but Blake, with a nice diving tackle there, able to stop him for only a gain of 1.
Here comes Peters. Number 32, Keith Underwood, in motion. Looks across the middle for number 12, Scott Orth. The pass incomplete. Skipped across the ground and it was incomplete. And I really don't know. Wichita North there had Scott Orth cutting up over the middle, cutting back for, about 5 yards downfield, and they don't need 5-yard pickups here. They need big yards right now as they trail 24-0 with only 8:21 left to go here in the game.
Well, 3rd and 9 situation here for Wichita North. They're going to have to go to the pass. Their running game has really been non-existent, so Manhattan High will key definitely on the pass.
They really haven't run the ball at all tonight. Here's Scott Travis. Oh, and he's going to bring down. He throws down number 12. Number 16, Eric Peters. Great play by Scott Travis.
Scott just grabbed Peters and slammed him. It looked like all-star wrestling out there, but it achieves a 15-yard loss on the play, and this will be definitely punting situation.
Great play by Scott Travis. Peters tried to get away, but Scott just grabbed him and showed his strength by holding on to him and throwing him down to the ground. So here goes Wichita North punting out of their own end zone. Short kick again. Fielded by Maurice about the 40-yard line. He's got the sideline. He's knocked out of bounds near the 20-yard line.
Almost had 2 little kids run over as Maurice is knocked out of bounds. Nice return there by Maurice Benson of 25 yards on the play.
He had a nice hole opening down the sideline. Just took it down there for a nice game run. So Manhattan High in business here again with 7:35 left to go. Got a chance to put a few more points on the board. Handoff goes to Wilson. Oh, check that, Maurice Benson out of the backfield.
Well, Manhattan High's been winning their ball games over their opponents by an average of 32 points. They tack on a touchdown here. That'd make it 31 points over Wichita North, so they'd like to do that and keep their average that high.
We got 2nd down and 6 to go for the Indians with 7:09 left to go in the fourth quarter. Manhattan is up 24-0. Little shaky in the first half for Manhattan High, but it's been all Manhattan in the second half. Here comes Benson right up the middle. Not much there.
Wichita North did well in the first quarter in stopping the Manhattan High run, and now they shut down Maurice Benson on 2 tries here. So they may be becoming a little bit more solid, but a little bit too little too late, as the old axiom goes.
3rd down and 3 here. Really, Wichita North hasn't played all that bad. They only, the 14 points they gave up in the first quarter were quick scores, one on a big runs by Wilson and Benson, and then the interception by Ringenberg. Here comes Wilson again, cuts back up the middle, he's close to the first down, and really Wichita North didn't give up any yardage hardly at all for Manhattan in the first half. Outside of that, in the second half, Manhattan High's put together 2 nice drives, and they're driving here again.
Well, I'm sure they'll go for it. They really don't have anything to lose. And with the way the Manhattan High running game has gone, they're most certainly going to get the first down.
Here it is, 4th and 1. Lowenstein has got Benson and Wilson in the backfield. He goes to Wilson, cuts up the middle, and he's got the first down. Nice cutback by Greg Wilson up the middle. And so Manhattan's got first down and goal to go on the 5-yard line. The key, though, for Manhattan High tonight has been the defense. Manhattan High's had a couple turnovers, and Wichita North was in Manhattan's into the field 2 or 3 times close, looking like they were going to score, but the Manhattan High defense came up tough and held them to no points so far. With 5:39 left to go, it's 24-0. We got a timeout on the field.
It's been pretty much an all-around good game for Manhattan High. Once they got out of the first quarter, they looked a little bit shaky in their defensive backfield there. A couple errors on offense, and with the interception on some key penalties that prevented 3 Manhattan High touchdowns. But right now, starting with the second quarter, they've looked very tough, and they just worn Wichita North down. Also, you have to look to the key runs of Benson and Wilson. Greg Wilson and Maurice, very, very effective because they can cut back so quickly. And with the holes that the offensive line have made them, it's been a pretty easy game for them.
Is that official? Is that official? We're not We have an official score in the National League playoff. After 5 innings, the Giants up by 4.
You hear a score there for the National League Championship Series. Giants up by 4. I can't say this announcer's too happy with that, but Giants fans out there, congratulations to the Giants as they're winning in the 5th inning 4-0.
Besides, y'all know the score tomorrow morning when you hear this anyway.
So we've got a timeout on the field as Manhattan High has got the ball on the 5-yard line of Wichita North. There was Manhattan High played tough defense, big sack by Scott Travis and a short punt, and they've taken the ball down to the 5-yard line.
First and goal from the 5. Seems like a score is pretty imminent for the Indians.
With 5:39 left to go, Manhattan is up 24-0. Looking to add more to that lead. Here comes Lowenstein after the timeout. Collins and Wilson in the backfield. It's Wilson cutting back near the 1-yard line, fighting down there, wants the touchdown. He'll be close, but it'll be second down.
Greg is such an effective runner. He's not only a very powerful runner playing fullback, but he also cuts back so quickly it makes him really tough to take down.
One of Coach Lane's favorite plays in this close and in short yardage is the quarterback keeper. Lowenstein's a good runner. Maybe they'll try that here with the lead blocking of Greg Wilson and Sean Waffle on that side of the line. But they go to Collins, and Collins gets a touchdown. So he gets the touchdown back that he lost on the interception. He had an interception earlier in the game. The interception touchdown was called back by penalty. But Collins filling in at fullback gets the touchdown for Manhattan High, and Manhattan goes up 30-0 with 5:04 left to go in the 4th.
You have to feel kind of sorry for Wichita North. They've played a pretty tough game, especially in that first quarter. But Manhattan High was just superior athletes who just run them into the ground here in the second half. And Kirk Clanton, Mr. Automatic with the extra point, is there, making the score 31-0 MHS.
So Manhattan High, in the first half, Wichita North looked tough on the passing game, and Manhattan was wondering what they were going to do. And the coaching staff of MHS came up with the solution, and so far in the second half, they've really shut down Eric Peters. Peters had a fine first half, and really Wichita North played a fine ball game in the first half. They really haven't played all that bad here. They haven't given up any big plays at all. Because Manhattan High has just been grinding it away, and they've scored 17 points here in the second half. And it's just that Manhattan High, they're tough, they're strong, and it looks like they're going to go to 5-0.
Of course, the really big game on the schedule coming up on October 30th against the Junction City Blue Jays here in Bishop Stadium.
That game usually is the deciding game for the I-70 League title, and to get into playoff action, you have to win your league, the I-70 League, and Manhattan High off to a good start here this year. And there goes the kick by Clanton short, taken by Keith Underwood. Breaks to the outside, hit by an Indian player, and taken down near the 30-yard line.
So 4:58 to play in the ball game. The Indians leading 30-0. Wichita North will start from their own 30-yard line. And the Indian defense, once again, which has been so intimidating through the entire season up to this 5th game and during this game, will once again attempt to shut them down.
What's happened in a lot of games is, the Indians have averaged only giving up about 7 points a game. A lot of those points come right here in this 4th quarter when Manhattan just kind of lets up a little when they get the big lead. And I'm sure Coach Lane has told his guys, hey, we can get this shutout. We should have had a shutout last week. Let's just hold them here and keep that shutout.
Well, you saw them lose the shutout against Wichita West on a last-minute breakaway run, and then once again they lost it to Topeka High on a last-minute breakaway run. So I think they're going to really try to stop that and get the shutout this time.
That's right. They got a lot of their starters in there still, and it looks like motion there. Number 88 was in motion, Sean McGinnis, and the ball tipped away by Mike Ringenberg and Maurice Benson. But it doesn't matter. The play will go back as number 88, Sean McGinnis, was in motion before the play.
Looks like Brett tipped the ball. Maurice might have had an interception chance, but of course better to take no chances with the 31-0 lead.
It's motion against Wichita North. They'll move them back 5 yards, so with 3:58 left to go. Manhattan up 31-0, looking tough here in the second half. The secondary for Manhattan High this year, it was a young secondary, an inexperienced secondary. Their seniors back there was inexperienced. In tonight's game, they've really been tested, as Eric Peters has really been throwing the ball. They moved it well, Wichita North did in the first half, but here in the second half, that secondary is maturing every play, and they looked really great. They got a lot of pressure on him, and they got a new quarterback in there. That's Orth. Scott Orth, now the quarterback for Wichita North.
And that will be a complete pass. A gainer of around 10, so that'll be a first down for Wichita. Nice third down conversion there. Nice pass from Peters. I'm sorry, that was Scott Orth.
Here comes Wichita West. They have Orth in there now, and he's setting up. They got Powell in the backfield along with Williams. Here comes Orth rolling to his left, throwing downfield for number 81. Number 81, Reuben Carter, looking for the play, but Tom Thamer was sitting there waiting for him. He made the big hit, and the ball went incomplete, so it'll be second down and 10. Nice play by Tom Thamer to make the hit and knock the ball loose.
Thamer just rocked the receiver, Reuben Carter, and the ball just had to come out. Very nice hit by Tom Thamer.
Here comes Orth again, rolling to his right this time. Almost intercepted by number 57, Brett Wallerstedt.
Sean Waffle there, drilling Orth just as he released the ball.
Nice play by Sean Waffle. Sean was hurt early in the season, had a bad insect bite in the first game, missed the first game, but he's come back and plays on that offensive line and coming in here on defense. And here comes Orth, third and 10, rolls to the left, flag on the play, number 60 is there. That's Greg Young coming out, putting the pressure on and sacking Orth for a loss. There's a flag on the play. Let's see what it is. Motion again on Wichita North. Decline. Of course, Manhattan got the big sack, and it brings up a big fourth down. And with 3:30 left, Wichita North is going to punt. It's fourth down and a lot of yards, so they're just going to punt it away here. High snap, and they get the kickoff. It's a low-line drive taken by Thamer. Goes out to his right, and he's brought down there by number 32. That's Keith Underwood. Nice play by Underwood.
Very nice coverage there by Wichita North. We saw Thamer get a touchdown on a punt return in the first game of the season for Manhattan High against Emporia.
So Manhattan High now is up 31-0 with 3:12 left to play. And they bring in their backup quarterback, Jason Gallagher. They've got Bruce Brose in the backfield along with Robert McGoy, and here comes McGoy. Nice run up the middle, big hole provided by the Manhattan line, and it's a 2nd down and 7 to go. Nice run by McGoy. As we're seeing a lot of the players we saw last week against Topeka High in here now against Wichita North. There comes Gallagher setting up the offense. Brose and McGoy in the backfield again. Handoff goes to Bruce, and he's met there by number 61, Alan Hine. Oh, Brett Benjamin, sorry, on the play.
So you may see Jason Eric.
Football, where tonight the 5-0 Indians take on the Salina South Cougars. The Cougars are coming off a 14-2 loss to Salina Central, and the Indians are coming off a homecoming win over Wichita North 31-0. I'm Steve Edwards, and now here's Eric Higgins with the Indians starting lineup.
All right, first let's look at the home team tonight, Salina South. Let's look at their starting lineup first. On offense, a tight end will be number 87, Todd Moss. Tackle, number 78, Bob McCall. At guard, number 64, Derek Linnell. At center, number 63, Eric Barnett. At the other guard will be number 60, Chris Allison. At the other tackle, number 74, Doug D'Albani. And the other tight end will be number 82, Pat Ribble. The quarterback tonight is Shannon Elam. The set in tonight is number 2, Brian Sissel. Tailback, number 34, Kirk Williams. And the fullback, number 30, Juan Anthony. On defense for the Cougars, defensive end will be number 82, Pat Ribble. Left tackle will be number 50, Curtis Monk. Right guard will be number 62, Lance Wright. The nose tackle will be number 53, Brent Boyer. The right guard will be number 67, David Watson. Right tackle, number 66, Eric Grospich. And the right defensive end will be number 87, Todd Moss. At linebacker, they'll have number 9, Joe Roach, and number 4, Bill Short. And the deep backfield for Salina South will be number 30, Juan Anthony, and number 40, Steve Ribbler. And now the starting lineup for the 5-0 Manhattan Indians. On offense, left end will be number 86, Kirk Clanton. Left tackle, number 78, Todd Murphy. Left guard will be Sean Waffle. The center, number 60, Greg Young. The right guard will be number 58, Mike Ringenberg. Right tackle, number 72, Colby Crowell. And the right end, filling in for the injured Steve Olson, will be number 88, Jason Kaus. The quarterback for Manhattan High, number 13, Matt Lowenstein. Tailback, number 23, Maurice Benson. And fullback, number 40, Matt Laurie. At wingback tonight will be number 29, Jared Cochran. On defense for the Indians, at left end will be number 55, Sean Waffle, filling in for Scott Travis, who was injured last week. Number 78, Todd Murphy at left tackle. Nose guard, number 67, Mike Jackman. Right tackle, number 72, Colby Crowell. And at right end tonight, filling in for Phil Dodderidge, who is out for the year, will be number 69, Blake Kaus. At the linebacker positions tonight for the Indians, number 58, Mike Ringenberg, and number 57, Brett Wallerstedt. At cornerback, number 22, Mark Collins. Free safety, number 28, Tom Thamert. The other cornerback, number 23, Maurice Benson. And the strong safety will be number 40, Matt Laurie.
Thanks, Eric. Looks like Manhattan will be receiving the ball. Salina South came off a loss last weekend against Salina Central 14-2. Manhattan High last week won against Wichita North, beating them 31-0. Manhattan's ready to receive the ball. Number 9's going to kick off. Joe Roach.
Back deep for the Indians is Maurice Benson, and Matt Laurie and Tom Thamert are back there also. Onside kick attempt by which is
ball recovered at the 48.
Number 66, David Broderson, fell on the ball there for Manhattan High. Manhattan High School.
Now Salina South tried the onside kick to start off the game. but was unsuccessful, so they tried a little something off the start to try and get something started. But what they've given the Indians is great field position near the 50-yard line.
The Indians should be going to the running game tonight, as the Indians' running game has been really strong for them in the past. Greg Wilson led the rushing attack last week with 156 yards on 20 carries. Of course, last week Matt Laurie was out with sickness. Manhattan's about ready to snap the ball. Matt Lowenstein at quarterback snaps the ball. Handed off to number 23, Maurice Benson, a gain of about 6 yards. Maurice is running the ball well this year for the Indians, seeing limited action in the 3-platoon system with Matt Laurie and Greg Wilson.
On the stop for Salina South was number 57, Mike Lagerman, and number 77, Joe Croft.
Randy Pearson brings the play in for the Indians. Matt Lowenstein.
That time, Maurice Benson ran off the tackle there. That's Colby Crowell on the right side.
Matt Lowenstein ready to snap the ball for the Indians. Hands off number 40, Matt Laurie. Shakes off tackler. Gets about 4 yards on the carry. It'll be third down, about 1.
Good run by Matt there. He was hit at the line and managed to break free and keep his legs moving and his body churning. And though his turning action allowed him to break a few more tackles, and he's close to the first down. It'll be third down and 1.
Jared Cochran brings in the play for Manhattan. Greg Young, the center. Snapping to Matt Lowenstein, number 13. Matt Lowenstein, keeper. Looks like he's got the first down. Matt Lowenstein's been doing that a lot this season.
That's a favorite play of Coach Lane. Lowenstein's a strong guy and a strong runner, and they like to run that play a lot.
Penalty on Manhattan. Not sure what the referee's called on that. Looks like maybe motion on Manhattan.
And that's not a good sign. Last week, Manhattan had all sorts of problems with penalties, ending up having 3 touchdowns called back on various penalties. And that's not a good way to start off for the Indians. Having picked up the first down, they hurt themselves with a big holding penalty.
It was holding. You're right. Manhattan's really been plagued by the penalties this year. Like you said last week, they just killed themselves with penalties. I don't think Manhattan can afford to do that tonight, as Salina South's pumped up for their homecoming.
That's right, and they can't have that at all. They had touchdowns called back and a first down here already.
Lowenstein back. He's going to pass. He's looking down the field. It's completed to Kurt Clanton, number 86. Good route by Clanton. Did a little 5-yard out.
Hey, if you look downfield there, he had number 88, Jason Kaus, open near the first down. If he would have thrown over Kurt, Jason Kaus was there, that would have been near the first down.
It's 4th down and 5 for Manhattan. They will be punting. Kurt Clanton back to punt. Gets away a fairly good punt. It's wobbly. Down by number 78, Todd Murphy, on about the 14-yard line.
It's a good kick by Kurt. He fielded a high snap and managed to get a nice kick inside the 20-yard line for Salina South. So they'll start with pretty bad field position to start their first drive. And for Manhattan High on their first offensive series, we've seen the penalty plague them already, as they had the first down, but the penalty stopped that.
Manhattan defense strong all year. Run by number 40, Steve Reber. Gain of about, loss of 2 yards on the carry. Manhattan defense been doing that all year, stopping the running game of the opposition.
Manhattan High has been tough all year, and that's what South is trying to do, is try to establish your running game. You really have to establish your running game before you can do anything else, and South hasn't been able to do that.
Handoff by Shannon Elam, the quarterback for Salina South. Handed off to number 40 once again, Steve Reber, 6'3" sophomore.
Picked up about 4 on the play. It's bringing up a 3rd down and 8 to go for Salina South. So a big play already on the first drive, as they're deep in their own territory with a big 3rd down and 8.
Juan Anthony, the lone back in the backfield for Salina South. The handoff goes to Juan. A short gain on the carry.
Nice hit there by number 78, Todd Murphy, and number 72, Colby Crowell. Stopping for a gain of only 2, 4th down and 6.
Looks like Salina South will be punting. Manhattan defense looks really good on their first set of plays.
Let's see now if the Manhattan High offense can capitalize, so they'll probably get pretty good field position. Salina South will be kicking from the edge of their on the 5-yard line, so Manhattan should pick up good field position.
Maurice Benson, Tom Thamer back. Bad kick by Salina South kicker. Tom Thamer will probably just let it. Yep.
Ball is down at the 46.
Number 34, Kirk Williams on the ball for Salina.
On the play there, the kick was a low kick, and Tom Thamer made the right decision there in choosing not to field it, because if he would have fielded it, he would have had trouble getting it and had a chance for a fumble if he would have tried to field it. So wise decision by Thamer, and the Indians will have good field position again, starting near the south 50-yard line, near the midfield mark.
Matt Lowenstein hands off to Maurice Benson. Gain of about 4 on the carry. Maybe Manhattan will get something going this set of plays.
He was hit there by number 77, Joe Croft. And you saw Maurice there. He got hit there once and kept the legs driving, broke free, and got a couple more yards. Nice run by Maurice. Although he only picked up 3, it was a nice, strong run.
Manhattan's got to get their running game going. It's been the key to their offense so far this year. Manhattan, Lowenstein hands off to Maurice, breaks to the outside, cuts back and gains about 4 yards on the carry. It'll be about 3rd down and 3 for the Indians.
There again is a classic Manhattan play running off the right side there, off the right tackle there. It's Colby Crowell on that side, and Manhattan defense, as usual, Manhattan offensive line doing a good job penetrating against the Salina South defensive line and opening the holes for Maurice.
Maurice Benson and Greg Wilson in the backfield. Hand off to Greg Wilson. Wilson's stuck close to the line of scrimmage by number 57. Number 57, Mike Lagerman, 6'3" junior for Salina. Strong hit there by Lagerman.
4th down and 1 to go for the Indians. It's decision time, and they're going to go for it.
Randy Pearson brings in the play for Manhattan.
They're going to count it. If they don't make the 1st down, they figure they can count on their defense to stop South, so they're not going to punt down here. And, of course, it's too far for the field goal, so they'll probably run it right here, as they always do.
Handoff goes to Benson. 1st down for Manhattan. Good play by Manhattan. Maurice Benson runs the ball right up the middle off of a tackle from the center, Greg Young.
When Manhattan High has short yardage, you might as well almost always rack it up as a 1st down, as we saw there. That within 1 yard, there's no team, no defense in the state that's going to be able to stop the Manhattan High offensive line or the running game whatsoever in short yardage. So Coach Lane, good decision there. 1st down for the Indians, and they're driving.
Lowenstein hands the ball off to Wilson. He's stuck behind the line of scrimmage. Not usually what we see from Greg Wilson. Last week gaining 156 yards, and the week before over 100. Stopped there at the line of scrimmage by, once again, number 57, Mike Lagerman. Good play by Salina South defense. Salina South's been tough so far this year.
So that's what South will have to do, is stop the Manhattan High running game. Unless Manhattan High Salina South can stop that running game, Manhattan will run it all night.
Lowenstein back to pass. Had a man downfield, but Matt Lowenstein decides to run ball. Had a man down the field. Number 7, Randy Pearson, decided not to pass the ball and scrambled the outside. Was tackled behind the line of scrimmage. It will be a loss of about 5.
That's twice tonight. Lowenstein's had men downfield, but has chosen to either, the first time he threw underneath, and this time he tucked it under tried to run with it. I don't know why he didn't go out there to number 7, Randy Pearson, but he had a few linemen in his face. He just needs to stay in the pocket a little longer. If he would have stayed in there, he could have got it to Randy without having to worry about the sack.
Manhattan, 2 receivers split wide. Kirk Clanton on the left, Jared Cochran on the right. Lowenstein back to pass. The rush is on. Pass completed to Greg Wilson. Good run by Wilson. He breaks to the outside. Looks like a 1st down for Manhattan.
Great run by Greg Wilson. You saw again there on the screen. Lowenstein saw the Salina South coming, but the defense was there. The pocket was set, and he backed up out of the pocket a little bit, started to stumble around, and managed to get the pass off to Greg Wilson.
It will be a 1st down for Manhattan. It looked like it was a planned screen pass to Greg Wilson. Good block by the offensive line of Manhattan.
And a great run by Greg, breaking tackles and diving for the 1st down. But if Lowenstein wants to be successful on the pass, he's got to stay in the pocket.
Handoff goes to Wilson. Wilson's not gaining much tonight on the running game. Stop for a gain of maybe a yard for Manhattan.
I wonder if Greg's maybe a little tired. He's been seeing a lot of action last week and playing a little JV for the Indians, so Greg might be a little tired.
Maybe Manhattan will pass on this play. Looks like a 2nd and about 9 for Manhattan. Maurice Benson, Greg Wilson in the backfield. Lowenstein pitches out to Maurice Benson. Runs around the left side. Tackled by number 71, Mark Simpson, 5'7", 195-pound senior.
Pick up about 5 on the play for Maurice. And that's been a really big play for Manhattan this year. Is the sweep to the left and the sweep to the right has been a really effective play. The pitch out going to either back, it's been real effective. Here it picks up 5.
It'll be 3rd down and 4 for the Indians. Maurice Benson, Greg Wilson again in the backfield. Handoff goes to Benson to the right side. He's got a block. He's up the field for the 1st down, a gain of about 8 for Manhattan. Good run by Maurice Benson to the right side. Good block over there by Kobe Crowell and Brett Wallerstedt over there on the right side.
There's a penalty flag down on the play, and it's face mask call against Salina Central. I think that was on number 57. That would be Mike Legerman grabbing the face mask of Maurice Benson as they set up that same play. The pitch back to Maurice and running to the right. That time, instead of going to the outside, he got a good block on the inside and cut it upfield for the 1st down.
That'll be an additional 15 yards on the run by Maurice Benson, which will be a 1st down without the penalty, but penalty added on will help the Indians a lot as they go down within the 10-yard line, down to about 8-yard line.
Now near the 8-yard line, so Manhattan's 1st down and goal with 3:15 left to go in the 1st quarter. Manhattan High stopped on their 1st drive because of a penalty, but driving here as they've gone to the run, eating up a lot of clock with 3:05 left to go. 1st down and goal for the Indians.
Lowenstein hands off to Wilson. Wilson hit behind the line. Loss of about 5 for Manhattan. That's something that Manhattan doesn't want to do down by the goal line, is get stuck behind the line for a loss.
Greg Wilson there, he hasn't got it going yet tonight, but Greg's a good runner, and I imagine before the end of the game he'll have a big run or two. You just got to get it going. And we got a timeout on the field.
Timeout by Salina South. Coach Lane will come out and talk to his offense.
South wants to talk about after the big defensive play. They don't want to give up the touchdown to the Indians with 2:35 left to go in the 1st quarter. If at all, they'd like to get a turnover and at least hold them to a field goal, and that's what they're talking about right now.
Coach Lane maybe will be looking at the sweep to the right side or left side, as it's been a strong part of the Manhattan offense. Greg Wilson and Maurice Benson running the outside have gained a lot of yards running the outside.
Coach Lane's probably talking to him on that play of Greg Wilson, probably talking to the offensive line about picking up. All the runs to Greg have been from the fullback position, and the blocking hasn't been there on those particular fullback plays up the middle. He's probably talking to his players right now about something similar to that, talking about getting down there and knocking the Salina South off the line, give Greg a chance. When Greg's been hit for a loss, it's been the penetration by Salina South, and Coach Lane's probably talking about that, eliminating the penetration.
This is definitely the first time we haven't seen Manhattan's offensive line blocking since the opening game against Emporia. Handoff goes to Benson. Looks like a touchdown. No, he's down at the 1-yard line.
And that time, Manhattan High blew the Salina South Cougars off the line, opened up a big hole on the right side there. Greg Young, Colby Crowell, and Mike Ringenberg over there opening the nice hole for Maurice Benson as he slips down near the touchdown, 3rd and goal. See if Lowenstein keeps it here with the quarterback keeper.
Gain of about 10 yards on the play. Puts Manhattan down on the 2-yard line. Matt Lowenstein's under Greg Young for the snap. Hands off to Maurice Benson. Touchdown Manhattan. Maurice Benson up the middle. Good block by Greg Young.
Runs off that right side there. Greg Young in between Greg Young and Mike Ringenberg, and just slides down in there for the touchdown. Slipping in underneath the Salina South defense. So Manhattan High with 1:57 left to go in the quarter. 1st quarter puts up 6 points on their 2nd drive tonight.
Kurt Clanton in to kick the extra point for Manhattan. Kurt's been a very consistent kicker for the Indians so far this year. Hasn't missed an extra point yet this year.
Yeah, he hasn't missed an extra point. That's what I was going to say. And there's another one up and good. And it lands about 20 yards over the end zone. Kirk's got a real strong leg. Last week he was 1 for 2 on field goals, barely missing a 45-yarder. Adds the extra point, so Manhattan High up 7-0 with 1:57 left to go in the first quarter.
Looks like Clanton may have caught number 57, Mike Lagerman, in the chest with a leg after he completed his kick.
Well, if Lagerman wants to get in there and rough the kicker, he's going to have to pay the fiddler.
Kirk Clanton will also be kicking off for the Indians. Clanton's been the all-around kicker this year for Manhattan. Good kicker. Strong leg. Greg Wilson will come in on the kickoff team.
Kurt has ability, we've seen it in previous games, to kick the ball out of the end zone. Really strong for Kurt. And Manhattan High on their second drive does it through the running game. All runs practically as they get the touchdown.
Mark Collins and Greg Wilson out wide for the Indians on the kickoff team. Clanton's about ready to kick off.
Back deep for Salina South will be number 34, Kirk Williams, and number 30, Juan Anthony.
Kickoff's deep. He receives the ball. He runs it up the middle. He's breaking the outside. Good tackle by Tom Thamert there on the outside, all by himself. One-on-one, makes the tackle.
Nice open field tackle there. Williams had a little room out to the right side, but Tom Thamert stopped him. It'll be first down and 10 to go for Salina South on the 15, 17-yard line.
Hopefully Manhattan's defense can continue to do what they're doing thus far in the game as they've stopped the Salina South Cougars to limited yards. Number 33, Shannon Elam, ready to snap the ball. Has a pass. It's complete to number 21, Chris Stuckey. Good play there by the Salina South Cougars. 5-yard out. Looks like the play Manhattan ran on their first pass play of the game.
Salina South there goes to the pass, and the teams that have had success moving the ball against Manhattan High have been the teams that have been able to pass. Emporium moved the ball for a while against Manhattan High, and last week in the first half, Wichita North moved the ball pretty well through the air almost exclusively. And Wichita North going to the air here, and that's where they're going to find their success if they have any at all.
Juan Anthony, the lone back, 33's back to pass. It's caught by number 3, Mike Bingesser. Good pass there by number 33, Shannon Elam. Good route by number 3, Mike Bingesser, across the middle. Just found a hole in the Manhattan High backfield there.
That's the thing that has really hurt the Indians all year on defense. If there has been a weak point, it's been a deep pass play. If Manhattan High can't get the penetration and harass the quarterback and rush his pass, if the quarterback has time to get the ball downfield, Manhattan High is going to be hurting if they can go deep. And you got to be wondering if they're not having problems with the 2 defensive ends out. Fumble on the play.
Recovered by Manhattan. Recovered by Manhattan.
There.
Number 6'7", Mike Jackman.
And Manhattan High has it. So just as Salina South was moving the ball, a little mix-up on who was going to get it in the backfield, and they turned it over. So Manhattan High picks up a break in the first quarter, and that's good for Manhattan High because Salina South was showing they could throw the ball downfield.
The rush was on there by Brett Wallerstedt, showing some pressure.
Brett there came up and faked looked like he was going to blitz, came off the line and did blitz, and that's what Manhattan High has to do is rush the passer, make him hurry the pass, and that's where they have their success.
Tom Thamert out wide for Manhattan. Lowenstein may look to pass. He is. He's back. He's dropped back. He sees Thamert. Thamert loses the ball. Little push there by number 92, Eric Rice. Good play there by Eric.
Number 92 there had good coverage. He had, Tom Thamert there covered to the inside, and that was what made the play. Lowenstein couldn't quite get it over his head, and that Rice was in perfect position there. But that time, Matt Lowenstein stayed there in the pocket, good protection, stayed in, and it had Thamert if he could have just got it over Rice there.
Jared Cochran brings a play in for Manhattan. Kirk Clanton and Jared will be split out. Maybe Manhattan's looking to pass here a little bit more. Lowenstein drops back. He looks to the middle, intercepted, throws a little over. Number 88, Jason Kaus. Interception by number 23, Dan Allen.
Well, with 36 seconds left to go in the quarter, Coach Lane was looking to put a couple more points on the board, maybe get it in for a field goal for Kirk Clanton. And Matt Lowenstein not having a real good night so far as he just overthrew 88 Jason Callis right in the hands of the defender.
I think Lowenstein might have tried to overthrow that ball. Got a little too high out of the reach of Jason Callis.
He tried to throw it, on the line. He had to make a good pass to get it to Callis in the first place. Tried to throw it on the line and just threw it too hard over Jason. Here comes South with Elam at quarterback, pitch back.
Number 30, Juan Anthony with the carry. Salina South will be running out of a two-back formation.
South here with 14 seconds left the quarter, keeping it on the ground. They had success through the air, and they could hurt Manhattan High if they go deep. What with the two defensive ends being out for Manhattan High, that's Scott Travis and the regular defensive end.
That's the quarter.
That's the quarter. The regular defensive end, I was saying, number 94, Phil Doddridge, out for the year. And the backup, Steve Olson, also out. Manhattan High showed that they need to get the penetration on the Salina South, and they haven't done that so far. And if they don't get that, they're going to have problems with South going deep.
Right now,
we'll be right back after these messages with Indian football. Tommy Williams, and you see why they don't
Showtime presents programming you won't see on HBO.
57, Brett Wallerstedt
Exclusive movies. Original comedy. Music. Big events. Original programs for the whole family. Showtime has the hits. HBO misses.
Showtime has exclusive.
Who's got the best band?
split wide right. Matt Laurie and Maurice Benson set in the backfield. Maurice Benson gets the ball, runs up the middle. Looks like a first down for Manhattan, gain of about 5 yards. Manhattan High's defense can't afford to have breakdowns like that in a game like this. Run to the outside was a long one by Juan Anthony.
No doubt that's really going to hurt him now, and maybe that'll allow Salina South too to open up their passing game a little, which worked a couple of times. So it'll be important for Manhattan High on this drive to come back and put points on the board. They got the first down, and they're on the 47-yard line.
Lowenstein fumbles. Not sure who's recovered the ball yet. There's a big pile up. Looks like Manhattan's got the ball. It'll be third down, recovered by number 60, Greg Young, the center. Looks like a little mix-up there in the snap by Manhattan.
If Manhattan would have turned it over there, that would have been really devastating, because right now Salina South has got things going their way with the big touchdown run, and they're pumped up, and that fumble really would have hurt them. But fortunately for Manhattan High, they recover. Second down now. The referee changes the football.
It's definitely something that Manhattan can't afford to do, is start turning over the balls. The penalties have already hurt Manhattan thus far in the game, and they can't afford to start turning over the ball as they did just a few minutes ago as Matt Lowenstein threw an interception. Manhattan's ready to snap the ball. Matt Laurie and Reese Benson back in the backfield. Lowenstein rolls right, keeps the ball. Good run by Matt Lowenstein. He's upended there by number 88. Number 88, Kelly Mead. Strong tackle there by Kelly. Lowenstein runs to the right side. Good running quarterback for Manhattan.
We saw again there, Lowenstein, we saw him up the middle earlier. And there's another play Coach Lane likes as the quarterback sweep to the right. Also in that play, they run a little bit of an option sometimes with Maurice Benson following Lowenstein.
So it'll be about third down and 3 for Manhattan. Jared Cochran split left. Handoff goes to Matt Laurie. First down by Laurie. Comes back to the inside after running the left side of the Manhattan High offensive line. Gains first down.
Nice trap play set up by the Indians as they open up the hole in the middle. Lowenstein fakes one way, goes the other to Matt Laurie. They're going to measure. It looks like they have the first down, but the referee going to measure. And Manhattan High calls a timeout here. They're not going to measure. It was Manhattan High calling a timeout with 9:23 left to go in the second quarter. Manhattan High 7-all. And they're driving right now. They need this, put some points on the board after a big run by Salina South. Number 30, Juan Anthony, breaking to the outside, scoring the touchdown.
Manhattan High School's head coach, Coach Lane, out to talk to his offensive crew. Tell them they need to start doing the fundamentals of football. Manhattan down on Salina South's 42-yard line and driving. If they can just get even Kirk Clanton in field goal range, it'll be good for Manhattan. Needing a score off of Salina South's first score of the game.
It'll be a good lift for Manhattan High if they can't put points on the board. And the way things look tonight, it's a rather slow-paced game with the running games dominating both sides of the field, and that's going to mean that it's not going to be a very high-scoring game like Manhattan scoring over 30 points a game so far. But tonight, it's a slow-paced game, and every point counts and every drive counts, so Manhattan's got to make this one a touchdown or a score somehow.
Manhattan ready to run his offense again. Lowenstein under Greg Young for the snap. Pitch out to Maurice Benson. He's got an open field. He breaks the tackle. He's down to about the 15-yard line. 18-yard line of Salina. Manhattan driving. Good run there by Maurice Benson. Gain of about 30 yards. 22 yards.
Nice play there by Maurice as they run the sweep to the right or sweep to the left. And he got a good block on the outside, broken to the outside, much like Anthony did earlier. Except for a nice diving tackle, Maurice could have had a touchdown.
Handoff goes to Laurie up the middle, breaks a tackle, drives up the middle for a gain of about 4 yards. Laurie, strong runner.
Good run there by Matt Laurie. Good to see Matt Laurie back in the lineup after he was out last week. And Matt's a mainstay in this offense for Manhattan High. Is at fullback position. He's a very strong runner and always good for 3 or 4 yards for Manhattan High.
I'm sure Coach Lane will continue to run the ball, not looking for a turnover. Hands off to Maurice Benson. Maurice Benson up the middle, Gets down to about the 10-yard line. Good run by Maurice Benson as he cuts back close to first down. I think they're a little short by maybe 1 yard.
3rd down and 1 yard to go for Manhattan High. So early problems with Manhattan High's passing game. Turnover by Matt Lowenstein on the interception, and then a big run by number 30, Juan Anthony. And Coach Lane decides right now to keep it on the ground as they're getting in close. And this is Manhattan High's territory right here. When they get in here, it's almost certain 7 points with the great running game of Manhattan High.
8 minutes left in the first half. Lowenstein's got Jared Cochran split right. He hands off to Maurice Benson. He runs up the middle. He's close to the 5-yard line. It looks like he'll be on about the 7-yard line of Salina South, but that's a first down for Manhattan, so they'll have a first down on the 7-yard line.
Yeah, Manhattan High right now just takes it right up the middle when they get down on this end of the field, and they've been almost perfect this year as far as putting it in when they get it down to this territory. And Manhattan High coming back after the big touchdown run from Anthony, and so they showed that they're not going to give up. They didn't let up, and they've had it put together a nice drive here on the ground.
Handoff goes to Matt Laurie. He's hit behind the line. It looks like it'll be a loss of 1. Not something Manhattan needs right now. They need to get in the end zone. Score after that long run by Juan Anthony.
So again there's Salina South breaking into the Manhattan High backfield, stopping the runners. And to be successful against the run, they have to make penetration into the line. Not many teams have been able to do that. Salina South has been fairly effective tonight doing that.
Well, it's 2nd down and goal for Manhattan on the 8-yard line. Lowenstein back, pitch to Maurice Benson. He cuts the middle. He's down to about the 3-yard line. Good run by Maurice. Looks like Coach Lane's going to keep handing the ball off to Maurice because he's the one that's gained the yards for the Indians offense.
Maurice looking strong tonight. Last couple of games, Maurice hasn't been seeing much action. He's been playing in the defense quite a bit. But tonight, Coach Lane going to Maurice quite a bit. Maurice is a great runner and showing it tonight.
It's really hard for Maurice sometimes in that two-way position playing cornerback and running back for Manhattan. Gets a little tired. Handoff goes to Maurice. He's stopped at about 3-yard line. No gain for Manhattan. It'll be 4th down and goal. About 3 to go.
Now, Coach Lane has got another decision to make here. He could either go for the field goal here, and it looks like he's sending the kicking unit on the field. So Salina South stopping Manhattan High when they get inside the 10. That doesn't happen often, and Coach Lane deciding right now to go for the field goal just to put the points up on the board after the big touchdown run.
This is only about the 5th attempt for Clanton so far this year. He saw a couple at Emporia and a couple last week. So Clanton will be kicking one of his very few field goals for the Manhattan Indians.
Setting up on the 10-yard line, a 20-yard attempt, and Kurt looks like he kicks it right through the middle. 3 points for Manhattan High. They're up now 10-0 with 5:39 left to go, but they didn't get the touchdown. Salina South defense holding tough.
It's 10-7.
10-7. Sorry.
So Manhattan gets 3 points on the board after the score by Salina South, making the score 10-7 Manhattan. Manhattan will now be kicking off to Salina. Hopefully Manhattan's defense won't have another letdown like they did last time, as they can't afford to have another long run by Salina South.
And that's the thing that's really hurt Manhattan High defense. When teams have scored against them, I should say, there haven't been too many points scored, but points scored have generally been letdowns on defense and have been big plays. Not many teams have engineered any real drives at all. And here again, Salina South, no drive put together whatsoever, just a big run by Anthony.
Kurt Clanton set to kick off for the Indians. Number 30, Juan Anthony, will be back for the Salina South Cougars to receive the ball. I'm sure Clanton will try to put it in the end zone. Good kick by Clanton. Not too deep, but to about the 10-yard line. Run there by number 34, Kirk Williams. Gets the ball out to about the 26-yard line.
Nice return by Williams. He breaks a few tackles and gives Salina South field position at the 26-yard line, their own 26.
Haven't seen Brett Wallerstedt and Mike Ringenberg in there on the tackles like we usually do there for Manhattan.
Well, Salina South really, either their runs have been really for no gain or losses, or the big run we saw. They've passed a couple times, but the only offense has been the big run really for Salina South.
Steve Reber gets the ball. Gain of about 2 yards. Steve Reber back there with Juan Anthony in the backfield for Salina South. Shan Elam, the quarterback.
It's important for Manhattan High now. They had the letdown on the big run. It would be important for them right now to just shut Salina South down and force them to kick deep in their own end zone, and maybe Manhattan High could put some more points up before the half.
What Manhattan High's defense needs to do is stop Salina South here and maybe get a score on the board before half. Shan Elam set. Juan Anthony. Pitch to Juan Anthony to the left. Good snag there by Juan Anthony. Collins misses a tackle. Hit made there by number 40, Matt Laurie. Good hit by Laurie.
Matt Laurie coming out of the strong safety position to make the stop. And number 33, there's Shannon Elam. Almost pitched the ball over the head of number 30, Juan Anthony there. Would have been a big loss there for Salina South, but nice fielding play there. And it'll bring up a 3rd down and 4 to go for Salina South.
Manhattan's defense looking to stop Salina South short of the 1st down. Maybe we'll see a blitz here by Manhattan. Mike Ringenberg goes up on a line for the 6-2 defense. Shan Elam snaps the ball. He's back to pass. Uh-oh. Knocked away by Mark Collins. Shan Elam really didn't have a receiver in the vicinity.
He was really rushed there by number 72. Colby Crowell was right in his face, and he had to get the ball off. And see there again, when Manhattan High gets the penetration, gets some defensive linemen into the backfield, they can't pass the ball. The other teams are unable to pass, and that's what Manhattan High has to do to stop the passing game of any team.
Closest receiver to the ball is number 23, Dan Allen. Mike Bingesser back to kick for Salina. Deep for Manhattan will be number 23, Maurice Benson, number 28, Tom Thamer. Kicks up by Mike Bingesser. Low kick. It's a line drive. Thamer won't catch the ball. It's rolling, and it'll be down by number 34, Kirk Williams. Low kick, but takes Manhattan back to about the 31-yard line or the 26-yard line of Manhattan.
Bingesser got the roll on that one, fortunate for Salina South. So Manhattan High has got a little bit of ways to go. They want to put some points on the board with 4:23 left to go in the half. And again, if Manhattan High puts points on the board here, I think that would be a big play. They stopped Salina South on defense, and now sometimes a good defensive stand will help fire up the offense. Let's see if it does here.
Looks like Manhattan might be passing. Handoff goes to Greg Wilson, though. Good run there by Greg. That's what we like to see from Greg. Looks like a penalty there on the play, maybe a face mask by Salina South.
There's typical running we expect of Greg Wilson. We saw him getting off to a slow start, but nice run there, and penalty on the play. And it is another face mask call on Salina South. That's 2 tonight, and that'll give Manhattan High a 1st down.
Manhattan's getting a little boost of confidence here as Salina South's helping the Manhattan High offense down the field with a face mask, a 15-yard penalty. So Manhattan will be down near midfield at about their own 47-yard line.
So Manhattan High coming off the defensive stand. It's a good run, only about 4 yards by Greg Wilson, but big penalty, and Manhattan High is in business. Got the ball on the 47-yard line. They're on 47.
Randy Pearson split out wide left. Handoff goes up the middle to Matt Laurie. Strong run by Laurie. Gain of about 4 yards by Matt Laurie. Lowenstein just hands the ball up the middle to Laurie and follows the tackle of Greg Young and his guards Mike Ringenberg and Sean Waffle. Good run there by Laurie.
That is a nice run. Matt Laurie always gets those tough yards, and he's such a strong runner, can break through the line and just seem to pick up yards where it doesn't seem like there's any room at all.
You won't see very many 100-yard games from Laurie, but you'll definitely see his name in the paper as one of the leaders of the Manhattan High offense. Pitch goes out to Greg Wilson. He cuts up the middle, gets stuck behind the line by pretty much the whole Salina South defense. Stops were made by number 71, Mark Simpson, number 23, Dan Allen.
We got a flag down on the play. That time I think Greg Wilson would have been wise to run it to the outside. There's a clipping call on Manhattan High, and that's another penalty we've seen quite a bit from Manhattan this year. It's stopped a lot of drives, and here it is, hurting another Manhattan High drive. So what they picked up on the face mask penalty, they're going to lose here on the clipping penalty.
Not sure who clipped on the play, but most likely it was an offensive lineman. past the 5-yard mark, you're allowed to clip behind the line of scrimmage within 5 yards. So most likely a Manhattan High offensive lineman went a little too far with the clipping.
So Manhattan loses what they gained on the face mask penalty and pushes them all the way back inside their own 40-yard line near the 36.
Randy Pearson brings in the play for Manhattan. Lowenstein under Greg Young for the snap. Matt Laurie and Greg Wilson lined up. Handoff goes to Wilson up the middle. Good cut there by Wilson. Breaks the tackle. Gain of about 7 yards on the play. Gain of about 9 yards on the play. So it'll be about 3rd down and 4 for Manhattan with 2:30 left in the first half. Scored 10-7 Manhattan High.
So far in this first half, it's been a defensive battle. Manhattan High has really shut down South, except for the big run by Juan Anthony. Salina South has had no offense whatsoever, and what allowed Salina South to get the ball was an interception by Matt Lowenstein, so turnover hurts the Indians. They're driving now, and we got a penalty on the play. Salina South Cougar jump.
Encroachment there by Salina South. Looks like maybe the right side jumped off the side.
That was number 71, I think. Mark Simpson jumped off and made contact with the Manhattan lineman. It's okay to jump off and make contact. It's a penalty. So Manhattan High
gains back the clipping penalty.
Yeah, they've gained back the clipping penalty on one play and a penalty, so they're right back where they were. This time it's 3rd down and 8 to go.
Greg Wilson and Matt Laurie lined up in the backfield for Manhattan. Randy Pearson, the wing back. Matt Lowenstein back. He's going to pass. It's complete to number 86, Kurt Clanton. He's tackled down there by number 92, Eric Rice. Kurt Clanton found a hole in the Salina South defensive backfield and caught the good pass by Matt Lowenstein. Jared Cochran will bring in the play now for Manhattan.
Nice play there by Lowenstein. He had a little trouble throwing earlier, but this time nice roll out to the left. And Kurt was wide open, and Matt Lowenstein this time threw it right on the numbers. Good play. 1st down for the Indians.
Lowenstein back to look again. A little high. Jared Cochran, the intended receiver. Good play by number 31, Kevin Tankard. Kurt Clanton also split wide to left for Manhattan. Lowenstein couldn't find his receiver. Threw the ball a little too hard.
Just a little too hard, a little too high. Jared couldn't get his hands on it. It was too hard to pull down. Number 31 there hit Jared as he was trying to pull it in. So being 2nd down and 10, 1:30 left to go. Near field goal range for Kurt, but I'm sure Coach Lane would like to have the touchdown.
Lowenstein back to pass. Finds Pearson. Good catch by Randy Pearson. Randy Pearson catches the ball. Outstretched himself.
3rd down and 4 for the Indians. Nice play by Randy. Had to turn around and pulls the ball in on a diving catch. Nice play by Randy.
Randy used every bit of his 5'9" frame to catch that ball. Lowenstein threw it once again a little too high, but Pearson came down with the ball for a gain of about 7 yards for Manhattan. It'll be 3rd down and 3 to go for Manhattan.
With 1 minute left to go, Coach Lane wants a touchdown here. So he's thrown the ball 3 times now.
Lowenstein back, looks for the pass again. He's going to roll out. He's running the ball. Oh, he's cut a little bit short of the 1st down, so it'll be about 4th and 1. And I'm sure Coach Lane will send Clanton in once again to do the field goal kicking.
With 4th down and 3 and 38 seconds left, the field goal is in order right here.
Manhattan looks like they're going for it. 4th down and 3.
Obviously, want to get the 1st down and then call the timeout. And here goes Wilson's.
1st down for Manhattan.
Clock should stop, so Coach Lane, a bit of a gamble.
There's a flag on the play. Looks like maybe a illegal hit there by Salina South, maybe a late hit. Yes.
So it is personal foul. So Manhattan High will come up with a big penalty here. They have the 1st down. Now with the penalty, they'll be within range, 22 seconds left. They might be able to get a touchdown here as they'll put them near the 5-yard line. So penalties by Salina South will really hurt them here. And now, right now, Manhattan's got a chance to go for the end zone maybe once or twice before having to kick a field goal.
Looks like last week's game against Wichita North, both teams plagued by the penalties. Manhattan plagued early by the penalties, but now driving against Salina South. Salina South right now has very many penalties. They need to cut down on the penalties. Lowenstein back to pass.
He's got Kurt.
It looks like touchdown Manhattan. Good pass there by Lowenstein. It was a 10-yard out by Clanton. Clanton, good catch there in the end zone. Now Clanton will kick the extra point for Manhattan. Right now the score is 16-7 Manhattan with 18 seconds left to go.
Great drive by Manhattan High. They took it from their own 26-yard line, had a couple south penalties. Big one right here. The 15-yard late hit call gave Manhattan High the opportunity to go for that little out into the left side there for Kurt. So after the big run by Anthony to start off the second half, Manhattan's put 9 points on the board, now 10 points, and they're up 17-7 with only 18 seconds left to go in the half.
Once again, another extra point kicked by Clanton. That should have put him close to about the 30 for 30 mark for the year. Looks like there's a flag down on the play. It's illegal motion by Manhattan, so they'll have to kick the extra point again.
5 yards back from Manhattan. Shouldn't be too much trouble for Kurt. Kurt's got a strong leg.
Manhattan High School looking good in the first half. One big play for Salina South has got them 7 points, but it's been a Manhattan High School half, and Coach Lane should go in the locker room with a pretty good attitude about the Indians' first half.
That's right. The only thing is that big run, and that's the thing that's killed him. Not hurt him. It's hurt him this year. Every time a team has scored, it's been on the big play. Coach Lane will probably talk about that. Talk about stopping the big play.
Kicks up. It's no good.
Man. There again, we see a penalty hurting Manhattan High. They had the extra point kick, but this time let down on the offensive line and it's blocked. So Manhattan misses the extra point there. So it's 16-7. Let's see if that comes back to haunt him maybe later in the game.
That really wasn't Kurt's fault. The snap was good, but the Salina South defense just broke the line for the block on Clanton's attempted kick. So Clanton will kick off with 18 seconds left to go in the first half. Manhattan should go in the locker room with a 16-7 lead after the first half. Coach Lane should be happy with the performance of his Indians. Matt Lowenstein led a good drive by Manhattan. A couple good passes in there by Matt Lowenstein.
When it came down to the crunch time with like 40 seconds left to go, with a minute left, Coach Lane started going to the air, and they had success with it. Matt Lowenstein doing a good job. Had an interception earlier, but comes back nicely here and gets a touchdown pass to Kurt Clanton.
So Kurt Clanton will be kicking off. He should kick a short kick. No, he goes deep with the kick. Anthony
takes it.
John Anthony. Stop made there by number 86, Clanton. Good run there by Juan Anthony. Got through the first part of the Manhattan line, but stopped by the kicker, Kurt Clanton. So there's 11 seconds left in the first half. And Salina South has a few timeouts remaining, and they call one right now.
Shannon Elam comes in, calls the timeout, wants to see if his coach wants to set up any plays here with 11 seconds. Let's see if they may want to throw a deep bomb, try and score a touchdown. But what they don't want to do is throw deep and get intercepted and then have Manhattan High come back and run it back for a touchdown. So Salina South coach will have a tough decision to make here as to what to do.
Most likely the Salina South coach will probably have his quarterback just down the ball. They don't want to go in the locker room with any more of a deficit to go, come back in the second half, so most likely they'll just have his quarterback down the ball.
Right now they're playing great football, good defense pretty much. Manhattan High has had a nice drive just a while ago to score their 16th point. But overall, Salina South has been playing pretty well. It's been a slow-paced game with Manhattan High keeping it on the ground, same way with South, and low scoring so far in the first half, 16-7 Manhattan High, and Manhattan High defense looks good so far. The only play is the big run by number 30, Juan Anthony. And really, I would think South should just down it. They're only down by 9.
Salina South's been playing good so far all year. Close game with Junction City. Knocked off Topeka West, and last week had a surprising loss to Salina Central. Looks like there'll be encroachment by Manhattan defense. Mike Ringenberg jumped over the ball. Something Manhattan doesn't want to see. It just gives Salina South an extra 5 yards towards the end zone. So,
and it looked like there Salina South had 4 wideouts there. It looked like they were going to go for something big here, a big downfield pass, big bomb play.
They have 11 seconds to do it, so they might get off 2 of those things. Maybe Manhattan will pick off an interception and get 6 more points on the board. Movement by number 40, Steve Reber. Pressure by Kobe Crow. But Salina South will have one more attempt. Elon did drop back for the maybe deep pass, but Kobe Crow stopped the deep pass by Salina South.
I don't know whether the Salina coach got the message there, but Manhattan High gets a penetration, and right there, if Kobe Crow hits him before he throws it, that's a fumble. Manhattan High could pick that up, run in for a touchdown. So let's see what Salina South wants to do here.
Well, they're sending a receiver out to the right and a receiver out to the left. Excuse me, 3 receivers out to the right, 1 to the left. Steve Reber will move to the left side now for Salina South. The pass is incomplete. Mark Collins with the defense. They'll have one more play before the half is over with 4 seconds left to go.
That time they went to the short play there, trying to look to maybe make something happen on an open field run to Warren Anthony.
Well, it's been a long 18 seconds before the end of the first half, and Manhattan still holding on to their lead 16-7. Salina South looking to score a touchdown before the half is over, but I doubt seriously that they'll score a touchdown with 4 seconds left against the strong Manhattan defense. 3 receivers to the right. Steve Reber in motion once again. Elon drops back, passes complete to number 23, Dan Allen. That'll be the half. At half, Manhattan High Indians lead the Salina South Cougars by a score of 16-7.
It's been a defensive struggle so far, and Manhattan High goes into the locker room with a lead, 16-7.
We'll be back after halftime with Manhattan High School football.
And now, a recipe for the perfect cable combo. Take a measure of music, a dash of madness, a pinch of mirth, an ounce of originality.
I'm a professional silhouette.
Shake well and serve promptly. One delectable cable combo. HBO and Cinemax in October.
This is really a good time. A blast.
Remember when nothing was more important than being cool with your best friends? From Rob Reiner and Stephen King, Stand By Me. Then,
There's something really strange about you, and I don't know what it is.
Being Black is a beautiful way to get into Harvard.
Right on.
All you need is a little Soul Man. From HBO Originals, America's favorite piano man rocks the Soviet Union on a world stage, Billy Joel from Leningrad. Originality takes to the stage again with an all-new HBO comedy hour, Joe Piscopo Live. Live sports action packs a mean punch when Tyrell Biggs challenges Mike Tyson in another earth-shattering match. Then, from HBO Pictures, convicted of a crime he never committed, Val Kilmer became the man who broke 1,000 chains. Now add Cinemax to the program mix for a truly tasteful cable combo, like Ted Danson and his friend Howie Mandel in A Fine Mess. Then there's the kind of friend you can live without. Deadly Friend. Crazy about the movies?
Hello, everybody. My name's Gypsy. What's yours?
Don't miss a portrait of Natalie Wood. If you're crazy about comedy, get The Poop on the Pope with a little help from Father Guido Sarducci's Vatican Inquirer.
It's going to be great.
A Cinemax comedy experiment. Then tune in for some extraordinary stuff from abroad and beyond. HBO and Cinemax.
It's like a two things you gotta remember.
With over 200 programming choices, it's the cable combo that'll please every palate.
There is no substitute.
Call your local cable operator for the HBO Cinemax cable combo, the only ingredients you need for a fall that's seasoned just right.
We're back.
In football, Manhattan's up 16-7, and so far from Manhattan High, it's been the running game. They've been keeping it on the ground. Speaking of running game, I'd like to mention a former Manhattan High player that's in the audience tonight. Over on the other side from Manhattan High, that's Eric Strauss, former running back from Manhattan High, now running track at Barton County Community College. In that running game for Manhattan High, they put together a nice drive in the second half, mainly the running game, but running down towards the end of the half, they passed a couple times with Matt Lowenstein and managed to get the score on the board, but unfortunately for a penalty and then a blocked kick, They missed the extra point, and it's 16-7 Manhattan High.
There's a man down on the field, and we haven't even started the second half.
He must have injured himself in warm-up somehow.
It's number 44, Brent Venables. It's not a really good sign for Salina South to lose a player before the second half even starts. Looks like he may have maybe a leg problem. Well,
on a cold night like this, it's easy to get cramps and stuff like that. So to start the second half, they took a little extra time warming up.
Manhattan will be kicking off to Salina South to start the second half, as Manhattan won the toss at the beginning of the game and chose to receive in the first half. So Salina South will be receiving in the second half. They have nobody back at the moment, but it looks like Juan Anthony's going back there along with number 34, Kirk Williams. Little mix-up there in the Salina South receiving team. Number 34 is not set yet. Kurt Clanton ready to kick off. Kurt missed a extra point in the first half, something we do not see very often. Kurt kicks off. Deep kick to number 30, Juan Anthony. Anthony runs to the outside, goes up the middle. Tackle's made there by number 55, Sean Waffle. Good pursuit by the Indian kickoff team.
Seen Sean a lot tonight. Sean's playing offense on the guard and defense on the end there, and playing a little special teams. So Sean's getting a lot of work tonight.
Coach Lane likes to see his not so popular players come in and do a good job for him, and that's just what Sean Waffle's done for the Indians. He's not a headliner, but he's definitely a hard worker for the Indians. Salina South's ready to start their drive. The keeper by the quarterback, number 33, Shannon Elam. Short gain there for Shannon, a gain of about 2 or 3 yards there.
Little option play there to start off the half for the Salina South, and they've shown a lot of different looks. They had 4 wideouts there at the end of the half, and they've gone from 2 backs in the backfield, 1 back, and now a little bit of the option. And that's what Wichita North did last week, mixing it up on the Indians, had some success. So they probably watched those films and decided they better mix it up a little too against the Indians.
2 back pass, then number 87. Number 87, Todd Moss. Good catch there by Todd. Todd Moss, a tall young man at 6'5", also, and he's only a sophomore. Weighs 202 pounds and looks like he's playing both ways for the Cougars tonight.
That was a nice catch, play over the middle. Short drop back by the quarterback, Elam, and he threw it right over the middle there into a big target there, Todd Moss.
Mark Collins on the defense for Manhattan came up on him a little too late. Shane Elam, 1 back in his backfield. He's going to pass again. Looks to a receiver. Finds him, number 21, Chris Stuckey. 2 complete passes here for Salina South to start the second half, and they're driving into the Manhattan. Well, not yet. They're just short of the 50-yard line. They're on about the 47-yard line.
Stopped by Brett Wallerstedt there as he knocked him out of bounds. And so Salina South didn't have much success in the first half moving the ball except for the big run. And here they're doing what they need to do, and that's pass against this Manhattan High defense. And the other way they're really going to move the ball is if they pass, and they're moving it so far.
Pitch out to Juan Anthony. Mark Collins misses a tackle. Juan Anthony cuts back to right for a gain of about 2 yards. Not good pursuit there by the Indians.
They look like they might be able to shut him down in the backfield, but missed tackles allows Anthony to break into the secondary and get the first down for Salina South.
Salina South looking good so far in the second half, driving with 9:47 left in the third quarter, using up some time here on their drive. Number 3, Mike Bingus, are out wide for Salina South. 2 back, 1 back in their backfield, Juan Anthony. Maybe a little pitch to Juan. They've run that in the first half. Nope, up the middle. Stuck there by Brett Wallerstedt.
Great play by Brett. He was sitting there in that hole off the tackle and the guard. Made a nice stop there as he was just waiting for the back to come through that hole.
Brett really stuck Juan on that play. I really don't think Juan will be running towards Brett's sides anymore tonight.
I don't think anyone wants to run towards Brett's side. Brett's a great backer. He's got good instincts for the position. He knows how to play the position well, and he's strong and fast.
Number 82, Pat Ribble, out wide for the Salina South Cougars on the right side, along with two other guys. Handoff goes to number 40, Steve Reber. Short gain for Steve, gain of about 3 yards. Salina South continuing to drive up the field and are past the 50-yard line and are into Manhattan High's territory for only probably the second time tonight.
Stopped there by number 72, Colby Crowell.
Manhattan High is not looking too good so far on defense as they're letting Salina South move the ball upfield, which Coach Lynn doesn't want Salina South to do starting the second half.
No, it's a big play right here, 3rd and 5. The Indians really need to stop them here.
Looks like a pat. No, it's a pitch. Oh, great play by Sean Waffle. Good tackle by Sean Waffle. Looks like there's a flag down the play, maybe. Maybe a flag on Manhattan. No, clipping on Salina South. Something we haven't seen from Salina South. We saw it from Manhattan earlier, but
I'd imagine Manhattan will decline the penalty there. They stopped him for no gain. Nice play by Sean Waffle, doing it all over the field on offense, defense, and special teams for Sean.
Salina South hurts himself with the penalty, just like they did in the first half. Salina South is going to lose probably 10, 15 yards on the play, something they do not want to do when they're down in the Manhattan High's territory, which they won't see too often, as Manhattan High's held their opposition in the past within their own field range. So Salina South will be back about their own 37-yard line and doesn't look too good as they have a 3rd and probably 20 to go, and Manhattan High's defense very strong, won't allow a deep pass like that. Manhattan High's defensive backs have been playing pretty good so far this year. They've only been hurt once, and that was by Wichita North just in the first half last week.
Well, that's a good point, because even though they haven't been hurt that much, the only weakness we've really seen in the Manhattan defense has been other teams going deep, and when Manhattan doesn't get in and you get a hand in the face of the quarterback. So Salina South could put something like that together. They could get a long pass.
So Salina South's ready for a shotgun. They're in the shotgun formation.
Shovel pass up the middle there.
Manhattan High reads that offensive play.
Nice stop by Mike Jackman. Mike was just sitting there at the nose guard position waiting. And a great stop by Mike Jackman.
Great sight there by Mike Jackman as he sees the shuffle pass by number 33, Shannon Elam. He tries to shuffle pass to his good running at back, number 30, Juan Anthony. Doesn't get anything on the play, so Mike Bingesser will be in to punt the ball for Salina. Gets a fairly good kickoff. Tom Thamer will receive it and run to the left side. He has a block over on the side, but he's stopped. Good tackle over there by number 21, it looks like. Yeah, number 21, Chris Stuckey, a junior for Salina South. Good play there by Chris.
That's the first time Manhattan High has really been able to field a punt tonight. So far, Bingesser has been kicking the ball really low, and they've been letting it bounce and not taking a chance. This time they had a chance to actually field a punt and try to get a return, and nice stop there.
Clipping there by Manhattan. I didn't really see who clipped on the play, but that'll be of a loss of about 10 yards for Manhattan.
I think they probably called on Maurice Benson. I saw what they could have called for clipping, but Maurice just kind of nudged the guy. Really didn't clip him hardly at all, but they call it anyway. And when you're the number 1 team in state, you're probably going to get a few more of those go against you than you would, if you're a different team.
So instead of starting on the 25-yard line, Manhattan will be taken back to their own 14-yard line, so Matt Lowenstein will be met with a task here to take the Indians down for a touchdown. Handoff goes to Maurice Benson. He cuts through the middle. He breaks a couple tackles. He's still up, and he gains about 7 yards on a strong run by Maurice Benson.
That's what's just incredible by Maurice. We've seen a lot of times this year when it looks like surely he's down, that he can't go any further, and just somehow he manages to break free, just keep his legs moving, and pick up those extra yards, and sometimes break a big play.
And now you know why Maurice has got his snake instincts. Maurice Benson. Handoff goes to Matt Laurie. Strong run by Laurie. It looks like he's close to first down. Maybe a little short. Salina's defense is looking good so far tonight. They really haven't let Manhattan get in something big going, and despite the good drive by Manhattan at the end of the first half, which scored them a passing touchdown from Matt Lowenstein to Kirk Clanton with about 18 seconds left to go. Salina South looking good so far, holding the number 1 Indians to only 16 points.
Nice run there by Matt Laurie. Took about 7 or 8 Salina South Cougars to bring him down, and he picks up the first down.
Matt Lowenstein ready to get the snap from Greg Young. Hands off to Maurice Benson. Maurice Benson will be close to about the 30-yard line. Gain of about 5 yards. Good run by Maurice Benson once again.
Maurice again breaking a few tackles, managing to slip away and pick up a few more yards. Second down and 5 for the Indians on the 29-yard line.
We haven't seen a pass from Matt Lowenstein. Coach Lane may be looking to pass on this play as he sends Jason Cass out wide, and Matt Lowenstein shuffles right, but once again he's eaten up by the Salina South defensive line as he's not getting any blocks on the left side of the line. Something we don't see too often in the Manhattan High offensive line is Todd Murphy and Sean Waffle usually hold their ground there on the left side.
Well, that time they ran the set play for the quarterback, rolling out to right, the quarterback sweep. They did it earlier to the right side. This time they tried to the left. This time it was no doing as Salina South got the penetration.
So Lowenstein will look to hand off to one of his backs as he hands off to Maurice Benson. Maurice Benson taken down by on a good tackle by number 31, Kevin Tankard. Good play there by Kevin Tankard as he stops Lowenstein for a short gain, or Maurice for a short gain.
So Salina South holds tough on the first drive of the second half. We got 4:15 left to go, and Manhattan High is forced to punt. 4th down and 4 on their 28-yard line, and Salina South's got to feel good about that.
Clanton gets off a good kick despite the bad snap by the Manhattan High center. First punt for Clanton tonight. Looks like about a 37-yard punt for Clanton. Fairly good punt. We have seen Clanton kick better, but good punt by Kurt.
Salina South will take over on their own 37-yard line. Pretty good field position for South, and both teams have had an opportunity to have the ball on offense this time, and so far in this third quarter, and neither team has moved the ball. And right now it's a defensive battle, and the first defense to crack, that's the team that's probably going to end up losing this football game.
He pitches out to Juan Anthony. He's out to the right side. Mark Collins makes a good tackle along with Mike Ringenberg. Juan Anthony is stopped for a loss of probably 2 yards. Despite if Salina South ends up losing tonight, they have to be happy with their performance against the number 1 Indians. They've really held the Indians to have held the Indians to few points and continue to work down the field against the strong Manhattan High School defense.
On that last play, Anthony wanted to get to the outside, but just good down-the-line pursuit for the Indians as Mark Collins was there, and Mike Ringenberg also went on the stop.
One back in Salina South's backfield. Brandon Grubbs in for the defense of Manhattan. Brett Wallerstedt rushes. The pass is upfield. It's intercepted by Maurice Benson. Maurice Benson's taken down by the intended receiver. Bad pass by Shannon Elam. Overthrows his receiver. Maurice Benson comes up with the interception. Salina South turnover leads to a Manhattan High first down on the 42-yard line.
And there again, we saw the first team to crack there, Salina South. Their offense looking sound so far, no turnovers, but there is a big play, and this is a crucial time, 2:43 left to go in the third quarter.
Cochran can't come up with the catch as Lowenstein throws it a little low. It's the only way Lowenstein could have completed the pass to his receiver as Cochran was well covered. So it'll be 2nd down and 10 still for Manhattan on the 42-yard line of Salina South. So Manhattan High has great field position once again.
They really need to capitalize on this turnover. They got the turnover. Now it's time for the Indians to go ahead and put the ball in the end zone. They really need to do it here. It'd be a big lift for them if they could. And that's just what the Indians didn't need. Matt Lowenstein looking for number 88 down there, Jason Kaus, an interception. So Manhattan High has a perfect opportunity to come up with a big play here in the second half. 2:29 left to go in the third quarter, and they get the Salina South gets a turnover, and Salina South back in business, and that's really hurts the Indians. Let's just hope the defense can bounce back and play tough.
Well, once again, the Manhattan High School offense puts the pressure on the defense to hold the Salina South Cougars once again as they throw an interception this time. Shannon Elam hands on to Juan Anthony, and good hit there by, looks like number 55, Sean Waffle again. Great play by Sean. He's just doing an excellent job tonight for the Indians.
Sean filling in at the defensive end position there, filling in for the injured Scott Travis there. And Sean doing a nice job holding the end there. That's his job, is to hold the end, and the play was his way, and he was there and made the stop. Nice play by Sean.
So Salina South is still hit with a 2nd and 10. Juan Anthony, the lone back, well, pass by Shannon Elam. Intercepted by Matt Laurie. He has an open field. He's got a few blocks. He's to the right side. He's got one more person to beat. He's down to the 1-yard line. Thought Matt Laurie was going to get in the end zone. Good run by Matt Laurie off of the interception. Bad pass by Shannon Elam. Threw behind his receiver. Once again, Manhattan High will have a chance to score off of an interception. This time by Matt Laurie. Matt Laurie doing it all tonight for the Indians.
Great job there by the Manhattan Indian defense. They got the pressure on Elam, and the coverage downfield was great. There just was no one open, and he threw into a big crowd of people. Matt Laurie came out with it. So the Indians, interception mania here, 3 in a row. 2 by Salina South, 1 by Manhattan, but Manhattan's got it now. First down and goal.
Oh,
Greg Wilson
held short of the end zone.
Looks like he broke the plane, but the referee said he didn't. Second down for the Indians.
Matt Lowenstein may be looking to hand up to Matt Laurie, who's got the power up front for the Indians. Matt Laurie's powered his way to short yardage, and he's always been the man that they've given the ball to down on the goal line.
Bruce Brose's in for Manhattan High now at the wing back.
Handoff does go to Laurie, and he's cut short of the goal line by number 71, Mark Simpson. Great hit there by Mark behind the line of scrimmage. Brett Wallerstedt will come in the game, possibly at fullback.
Nice stop there.
No, at guard. Thought Coach Lane was going to go with a huge fullback and just have him bust up the middle. He did it last year.
Nice stop there on the defense for Salina South. They're holding the goal line right now as Manhattan High has been able to knock down that Salina South defensive line.
Well, Manhattan High is 1 yard off the line, and it looks like they're going to run up Brett Wallerstedt's hole. And Matt Lowenstein does a keeper, and it's a touchdown for Manhattan. Referees haven't called it yet, but
Matt,
he's well in the end zone.
The ball just has to break the plane.
Oh, referees do not call a touchdown. They say it's an inches short of the goal line.
Fourth down for the Indians.
I don't understand.
Right here. 6 seconds, 5 left to go in the third quarter. Manhattan will probably wait and
into the third quarter. Manhattan High School ahead 16-7. We'll be back after these messages.
In all our lives, there's a fall from innocence. A time after which we are never the same.
You guys want to go see a dead body?
When the night has come and the land is dark and the moon is the only light we'll see. No, I won't be afraid. No, I won't be afraid. Just as long as you stand by me.
It's a time on the edge of childhood innocence.
You think Mighty Mouse could beat up Superman? What are you, cracked? Mighty Mouse is a cartoon. Superman is a real guy.
And the first real taste of life.
This is really a good time.
Whoa, stand now. Stand by me. Stand by me.
End zone. They've handed it off to Greg Wilson. He couldn't get in. Handed it off to Matt Laurie. He couldn't get in. And then a keeper in the end zone. Referees didn't call the touchdown, so Manhattan will be hit with a 4th and 1 on the goal line with a new quarter. It's the 4th quarter. Matt Lowenstein keeps it. He's got a touchdown, Manhattan, by Matt Lowenstein.
Nice play by Lowenstein. He was stood up at the line and then made a nice play to bounce off of Greg Young and then dive into the end zone. That time, he definitely broke the plane. So Manhattan High gets the interception and takes it in. Nice interception turned by Matt Laurie. Right, 11:57 left to go in the game. Right at the beginning of the 4th quarter, Manhattan puts another score on the board. 22-7 now. Manhattan's up.
That was a good third quarter by both teams. The defense for both teams were really strong as Salina South started off with a strong drive, but didn't score. Kirk Clanton makes the extra point for Manhattan, which makes the score 23-7. Manhattan High leads with 11:57 to go. To recap the scoring for Manhattan, Eric will recap the scoring for Manhattan.
To start off the game, Manhattan High got on the board first as they put a little drive together, capped off by a touchdown run by Maurice Benson. And then they drove down again and were on the 3-yard line, unable to come up with the score. Went to the field goal. Kirk Clanton came through, made it 10-7 as Salina South had a big running play by number 30. That would be Juan Anthony on a big 70-yard run. And then late in the second quarter, Manhattan High came up with a nice drive, 80-yard drive, capped off by a Lowenstein pass. And here we see a nice drive again, an interception play, and then they take it in the end zone after on the 1-yard line. Matt Lowenstein breaks the play. Nice interception made by Matt Laurie, sets up the touchdown. And that's where we stand, 22-7, 11:57 left to go. And really, Salina South, even though they're getting Manhattan scored 22 points, has really played well on defense.
Kirk Clanton kicks off a short kick. Salina South takes it up to about the 30-yard line, 35-yard line of Salina South. So they'll start once again, not deep in their territory, but they are not getting as good a field position as Manhattan has in the game.
Really, Salina South has played well here. Just Manhattan High just keeps coming at them, and they find a way to put points on the board. Manhattan has 23 on the board already, and South really has to get something going here. They're down 16. It's not impossible to come back, but they're going to have to hurry.
Shannon Elam hands off to number 40.
Elam keeps it, though, it looked like. He faked the handoff, or either that or number 40 there, Steve Riebler, just didn't take it, so he spins around there for gain of maybe 1. And I think South has got to go to the air. They had a little success early, but 2 interceptions right in a row may have the Salina South coach a little worried, but Manhattan High also has 2 interceptions tonight.
Once again, the credit for tonight's game has to go to the Manhattan High defense. Even though allowing a 70-yard touchdown by Juan Anthony, has come back to stop the Salina South Cougars and hasn't allowed them to score anything despite that long run. Catch by Mike Bengesser from Shannon Elam. Good pass there by Shannon. Mike Bengesser is knocked out of bounds by number 57, Brett Wallerstedt.
Didn't look. Also didn't stop, but there's a flag down on the play.
Maybe a late hit on Manhattan. No, it's chop blocking by Salina South.
Blocking below the waist.
Chop blocking is allowed in a certain radius, but possibly one of the offensive linemen for Salina South chop blocked a little bit out of the radius.
So Manhattan High comes up with the penalty here. That'll push Salina South back deep in their own territory. They'll have it on the 17-yard line. It'll be second down and long for Salina South, and they'll have to go there. They need to go there anyway, trailing by 16.
Salina South once again hurting themselves with penalties. They started this drive on the 25-yard line. Now they're on the 17-yard line. Things aren't looking good for the Salina South Cougars as they are down 23-7. They need to get something going here with 10:41 left in the game. Manhattan High's defense is strong, but Salina South did break it before in the second quarter.
Salina now goes with 3 wideouts.
Juan Anthony, the lone back, and he gets it It's a pitch left, pitch right. Good tackle there by Mike Ringenberg. Comes from the right side of the field to make the tackle. Juan Anthony, good run.
Mike Ringenberg's also another guy that Juan Anthony probably doesn't want to run into. Mike stands about 6'3". He's a big fella, strong player, weighing 215 pounds. And that linebacking crew for Manhattan with Ringenberg and Wallerstedt is just probably the most outstanding linebackers in the state. Two of them right there.
So Manhattan High's defense looking strong once again. They're continuing the strong defense tradition at Manhattan High. Juan Anthony, once again, the only running back in the backfield. Elon will do a rollout to the right and gets nailed by number 78, Todd Murphy, and number 6'7", Mike Jackman. Good play there by the nose guard and the defensive tackle for Manhattan. So it looks like Salina South will have to punt once again, and Tom Thamer and Maurice Benson will be back to receive the punt.
Well, this time South, needing a big play, trailing by 16 points with only 9:20 left to go in the game, is unable to come up with the play, and they have to punt. So Manhattan High defense, great tonight.
Once again, Manhattan High will get good field position. Tom Thamer catches the ball. He's got the right side open. He gets tackled. He had one tackler to beat, and he gets tackled by him, number 4, Bill Short of Manhattan High School. Once again, with good field position, but Salina South cannot be upset with the performance they've put at Manhattan tonight, as they've held the Indians to only 23 points. Usually the Indians average over 35 points a game, and also average beating their opponent by around 35 points a game. So Salina South has got to be happy with their performance tonight.
Well, Manhattan High is just showing that they're just wearing down Salina South.
Handoff goes to Maurice Benson.
You got to give a lot of credit to the defense tonight. The offense has been off and on. They put together a nice drive in the first half, but they've been off and on. Matt Lowenstein had a little trouble, 2 interceptions tonight, but Manhattan High defense holds tough. Every time Manhattan has been placed in a tough situation, the defense has held tough tonight.
Kenny Ferguson, number 30, will bring in the play for the Indians. Kenny, a 5'10", 170-pound senior. Matt Lowenstein, hands off to Matt Laurie. Looks like there's a little movement in the Manhattan High School backfield.
That's it, motion for Manhattan High, so penalty again on Manhattan High. And the last few games, Manhattan High has had quite a few penalties. And
Looks like
Coach Lane probably doesn't like that, as the penalties are a sign of sloppy play.
Looks like Matt Laurie might have jumped a little too soon, a little too anxious to get the ball for Manhattan. Jared Cochran will bring the play in for Manhattan.
And right now, Manhattan High is just going to keep it on the ground and try and eat time off the clock. This has really been rather a low-scoring game for Manhattan High, at least, and definitely for Salina South, as a lot of the action tonight's been happening on the ground, and therefore a lot of time goes off the clock with each play.
The difference in coach's feelings after the game will be somewhat different. Coach Lane, even though winning, will probably be disappointed in the performance of his Indians, while the South Cougars coach should be happy with the performance of his Cougars as they limited. Good pass there by Matt Lowenstein to Jason Callis. Had plenty of time. Good blocking by the Manhattan offensive line.
Matt had great protection, and that time he hung tough in the pocket, didn't run out or try and run around back there, just held tough in there and found his open receiver, Jason Callis.
As I was saying before, Coach Lane will probably be disappointed in his Indians' performance despite winning, but Salina South's coach has got to be very happy with the play of his Salina South Cougars against the number 1 Manhattan High School Indians. Handoff goes to Maurice Benson up the middle. He's stopped, stacked on by all the defensive players for Salina South. Good run there by Maurice. Did have very good blocking.
It'll bring up around a 4th down and 2 for the Indians, and Manhattan High definitely not one of their sharper performances of the year, and when it comes down to times of playing teams like Junction City and other top teams around the state, if Manhattan makes it into playoffs, they're going to have to play sharper than they did tonight if they want to win their games against teams like that.
Jared Cochran in the game at wingback for the Indians. One of the many wingbacks Manhattan High has to bring in the plays. Matt Lowenstein.
Manhattan goes for it. Looks like Salina South jumps offside. If that's so, Manhattan will get the first down.
It looked like almost every person on the front line for Salina South jumped off sides. A good play there by Manhattan. I'm sure they were trying to draw the Cougars off sides, and they were very successful. Tom Thamer will bring the play in for Manhattan. Tom Thamer playing both ways for Manhattan.
That was Matt Lowenstein probably changing up the signal call a little bit there for Manhattan High. Confuses Salina South and jumps offside, so Manhattan High gets a big break there as they don't even have to run a play to pick up the first down.
Good pass by Matt Lowenstein to Tom Thamer. Times it perfectly. Matt Lowenstein, one of his better passes.
That was a great play, a timing route run there by Tom Thamer. Lowenstein was just throwing it in that area, and Tom Thamer was supposed to be there, and he was. A nice pass by Lowenstein as he gets it over the defender. Nice catch by Thamer to keep track of the ball, even though the defender was right in his face.
I think Coach Lane knew to bring in Tom Thamer for that play. Tom Thamer, with his great jumping ability, was brought in for that play as Lowenstein threw it a little high, but Tom Thamer, having the good jumping ability, had Matt Lowenstein in for the touchdown. Great run by Matt Lowenstein. That's his second of the night. Matt Lowenstein jukes around the Salina South Cougar defense and gets into the end zone for another Manhattan High touchdown, which will make the score Manhattan High School 31, Salina South 7.
Nice play there by Manhattan. They run that quarterback keeper, the quarterback sweep, and that time he got a nice block by number 66, David Broderson, which allowed him to turn it up the middle and make a nice run. So 6:06 left to go. Manhattan starting to pull away from Salina South, 29-7.
Kurt Clanton makes the extra point once again. Good pressure, though, put on by Salina South. Excuse me, earlier the score is 30-7 after the Kurt Clanton extra point. So Manhattan High is blowing this game away as they're ahead 30-7 with 6:06 left in the game. So things aren't looking too good for the Salina South Cougars against the number 1 Manhattan High School Indians. So the Manhattan High School Indians will continue to be number 1 in the state.
Manhattan High just wore down Salina South. Salina South played tough first half. It was only 16-7, but here in the second half, it's been all Manhattan High. Salina South had 2 interceptions in this half. Manhattan won. They exchanged interceptions, then Salina South threw another one. That really set the tone for the second half after both teams shut them down on offense first drive, but then Matt Laurie made a big interception, got it on the 1-yard line. Manhattan scored. And since then, it's been all Manhattan Highs. They're up 37 with 6:06 left to play.
Despite the good start of Salina South in the second half, they've allowed the Indians to score 14 points in this half. They didn't allow any points in the third quarter. Kickoff by Clanton. Great hit there by number 29, Jared Cochran. Good pursuit there by the Indians. Jared Cochran makes the final hit on number 30, Juan Anthony. Juan Anthony's been seeing a lot of good hitting tonight by the Indians.
Well, Manhattan High's really the key for this game has been the defense for Manhattan. Outside of one big run by Anthony, Manhattan High has just held Salina South virtually for no yards at all the whole game.
So Salina South will bring in a new quarterback, number 9, John Roach, a 5'8", 160-pound junior, will come in and run the plays for Salina South. Salina South's coach wants to get one of the younger quarterbacks in for some time. So with 5:30 left to play in the game, Salina South will bring in a new quarterback to go against the number 1 Indians. Looks like number 1 Indians still have their starting defense out against Salina South. They don't want to let the Salina South Cougars get back in this game.
Well, we've seen a lot at the end of the game. Coach Lane brings in a few of the other players, younger players, and they score a touchdown or lose a shutout, and just going to keep them in here now.
Well, number 9, John Roach, 5'8" junior, comes in and completes a pass to number 3, Mike Bingesser.
Nice play as number 3 there, Mike Bingesser, just ran a route right across the middle, crossing route across the middle. Nice play. As he comes down with it, stopped made there by Tom Thamer and Mike Ringenberg.
So the passing game is successful for Salina South. They just haven't gotten a running game going despite the 70-yard run by Juan Anthony. That's the only good running play Salina South's had all night. So
to set up your passing game, you need good running, and they really haven't had it outside that big run.
So Salina South looks to be 3-3 as the Indians will move up to be 6-0. Manhattan will continue its dominance in the 6A in the state of Kansas. So Manhattan High School looking good thus far this season.
Appears to be a problem down there on the field. I'm not quite sure what's happening.
Looks like it may be a problem with the chains. Looks like they got it figured out because Salina South is ready to run some plays. John Roach ready to receive the ball from his center. Drop backs to pass. He's got a receiver. Almost intercepted there by Brett Wallerstedt, a little long. Didn't get any hands on it, but good attempt there by Brett Wallerstedt.
Mike Jackman was in there to harass number 9, Joe Roach, and had his hands right in his face and caused Roach to throw that ball a little underthrown.
Number 21, Chris Stuckey, the intended receiver for Salina South. So Salina South will be looking at a 2nd and 10 against the Manhattan High Indians. They'll send number 4, Bill Short, out wide on the right side, along with number 23, Dan Allen, and number 21, Chris Stuckey. Number 9, John Roach, looks like he may drop back on this one. He does. Good blocking by the Salina South line. He's going deep. He throws it a little too long. The intended receiver was number 23, Dan Allen. Didn't seem like he ever saw his receiver.
He was trying to throw in between 2 Indians there. Would have had him in a perfect pass to get it over Mark Collins and in front of Tom Thamert there, and he just overthrew everyone. Bring up 3rd down and 10 for Salina South.
Well, you have to be impressed with John Roach coming in cold and completing a couple passes, but I'm sure Salina South's coach is very impressed with his younger quarterback. So John Roach is ready to set up and throw again as he's got Mike Bengesser wide to the right. I'm sure he'll drop back and pass once again. He does. He sees his receiver, number 21, Chris Stuckey, but they're well short of the 1st down, so it'll be 4th down and about 6 for Salina South.
Sean Waffle putting on the pressure on the quarterback there, Roach, and they threw the little out to the right side there, and not enough for the 1st down. We'll bring up 4th down, and Salina South will be going for it here, down 30-7.
Can't say much more about the play of Sean Waffle tonight. He's led the Indians to a 30-7 victory thus far. Sean Waffle just playing an excellent game tonight for the Indians on both offense and defense, playing guard and defensive end in the place of Scott Travis. Sean Waffle has become one of the team leaders on the Manhattan High School Indians.
I'd like to see Sean come in there and play that defensive end with the injuries. Fumble on the play.
Recovered by number 58, Mike Ringenberg. Little mix-up there in the back. Number 69,
Blake Cowles.
Blake Cowles.
He's filling in at defensive end too, so Blake filling in gets a big play. And Manhattan High now, just with 3:41 left to go, just needs to run out the clock. And the pitch there was a bad pitch by number 9, Roach, and Juan Anthony couldn't get a hold of it. So Manhattan High brings in Jason Gallagher to just run out the clock here. 3:33 left to play.
Well, Manhattan High looks like it's on its way to a victory. But you have to think, next week, they're probably going to have Steve Olson and Scott Travis back. That's just going to add a totally different dimension to the Manhattan High School defense and offense.
Yeah, Steve Olson also plays there on the tight end position, the end position, and he got hurt in the Great Bend game. It's been out for 2 weeks, and having him back will be a good boost for the Manhattan Indians. Robert Bagoy there was on the carry, brings up 2nd down and 5 for the Indians.
Number 43, Mike Fuentes, is out wide to the left for Manhattan High. Jason Gallagher maybe Coach Lane will let Jason pass a little, but he fumbles. Little mix-up there with the younger guys coming in cold sort of hard. So
fumble on the snap there. Jason just couldn't quite get a hold of it, pulled back too soon, and he falls on it though, and he'll bring up 3rd down and 6 now. Manhattan running off time on the clock. 2:37 left to play. Manhattan up 30-7.
By the way, we wish Phil Doddridge a quick recovery from his operation on last Wednesday, as the doctors restructured his knee from that injury he got at the Great Bend game. So we wish well to Phil Doddridge. Number 45, Bruce Brosey on the carry, taken down by one hand by number 34, Kirk Williams.
You hate to see an injury like that to Phil. Phil's a great player, and it's really a shame because he's a great player, and I know he's really excited about his senior year. Last year, honorable mention I-70, and really great player for the Indians.
Phil
so
Doddridge,
we wish him well.
Phil Doddridge, a team co-captain, has to be upset with his injury. Actually, I think Phil might have been all I-70 last year.
Yes, you're right.
Which is even more outstanding. Kurt Clanton puts it in the end zone. There's a penalty back there. I'm not sure what that'll be for. It might be for something on number 42, as he might have thrown an illegal block on number 28, Tom Thamert. Not sure what the referees are calling, but we'll see here in a second.
Maybe too many men on the field.
That's the
counting
case.
Players right now, and South guys are running off.
That's the case, and Manhattan may have close to a first down and may decide to go for it. It appears that they have a first down. No,
well,
actually, they
picked up the flag, and no penalty on the play. Obviously, if there's an extra guy, he ran off the field before they could count him.
They dropped the flag on accident. So Bruce Brosey will come in and replace Maurice Benson at cornerback. So Coach Lane filling in with some of the younger guys for the starters.
With 1:39 left to go, Manhattan's up 30-7, and right now Joe Roach calls a timeout. They're having trouble getting all their players on the field, a little mix-up, so they call the timeout, get things set up as they try and get a little work in for Salina South, bringing in their younger quarterback.
Looks like Brandon Grubbs will come in for Todd Murphy, and Robert McGoy will come in for Brett Wallerstedt.
There goes Manhattan High starters going out of the game. You see them all kind of leaving there.
So Mike Ringerberg will start calling plays for the Indians. Robert McGoy is playing linebacker for the Indians. A little different look here as Robert McGoy comes in with Mike Ringerberg to head up the linebacker crew. Looks like the referee might have blown his whistle on accident.
He blew his whistle to start the clock, and South players thought they had a penalty or something. But
so Roach will be back to pass. He's going deep. It's going to be an interception. Tom Thamer intercepts the ball. Could have a touchdown for Manhattan. He does. Good block there by Bruce Brosey.
Breaks and touch. No, how can they say he was out of bounds? He was in the end zone. There wasn't any out of bounds. He was in the end zone for a touchdown.
So they call out of bounds on the 2-yard line for Manhattan. So Manhattan High's younger offense will get a chance to get on the scoreboard.
They just don't want to seem to give touchdowns to Manhattan High. Earlier in the game, they didn't call a couple of times. It appeared that Manhattan High had broken the line. And that time it appears again that Tom Thamer has himself a touchdown, but they rule him out of bounds. So on that play, Joe Roach looking downfield, but nice coverage by Bruce Brosey. His man was just covered. He was looking down there, and his man was covered, and he just tried to throw it away, but threw it right to Tom Thamer.
3 of the 4 defensive backers for Manhattan High have interceptions. Maurice Benson, Matt Laurie, and Tom Thamer, all 3 have interceptions tonight for Manhattan. All 3 with good returns off of their interceptions, which one resulted to a Manhattan High School touchdown early in the 4th quarter off the interception of Matt Laurie, and now Manhattan High will have a chance to score off a Tom Thamer interception.
Offsides, though, for Manhattan High. Pushes him back outside the 5-yard line near the 8.
Mike Fuentes in the game for Manhattan in the place of Kenny Ferguson. Manhattan High, with 1:23 left, is leading 30-7. Not too much to worry about. Coach Lane has younger players in there, and I think he wants to get on the scoreboard again. Bruce Brosey a little mixed up there.
Had a little trouble holding on to the ball, but manages to keep hold of it. It brings up 2nd down and maybe 6 to go for the Indians. 1:12 left to play, and they come up with the interception near the end of the game here. Tom Thamer and Manhattan looking to put it in the end zone.
Well, it looks like Manhattan appears to be all second-teamers in there on offense, as Jason Gallagher is at quarterback, heading the Manhattan High School offense now in place of Matt Lowenstein. Matt Lowenstein had what you'd call a so-so game tonight. Had 2 touchdowns, 3 touchdowns, 1 on pass, 2 on running. But you also have to look at the 2 interceptions Matt Lowenstein had.
Matt had 2 of those tonight. Right there, we see the inexperience of the line they had in there, and Salina South just made a nice penetration. Jason Gallagher wasn't expecting it and fumbled the ball there. 41 seconds left, though. Manhattan's in control, 30-7.
Hard hit there by Salina South. Number 37, Pat Davey, in the game, along with number 46, Robert McGoy. Matt Laurie's still in the game for Indians, and Tom Thamer, so there's still a few Manhattan High first-teamers in there. Good play there by number 37, Pat Davey. Number 98, Jim Smallwood, also in the game for Manhattan, along with number 68, Brandon Grubbs.
Salina South running the ball there, and the clock's running down, and this will probably be all for Manhattan High. They may get off one more play, and Manhattan High will come away with tonight a little sluggish on offense, but the defense played great as the clock runs down.
So Manhattan High School is victorious by the score of 30-7. Manhattan High offense really didn't look that good tonight, but managed to get 30 points on the board, set up by Manhattan High defense interceptions. Manhattan High defense once again strong for the Indians as they only allowed 7 points. So the Manhattan High School Indians remain number 1 in the state of Kansas with a 30-7 victory over the Salina South Cougars.
They're 6-0, and they'll play again next week. And Manhattan High will try to go to 7-0. And again, the final score, 30-7. Manhattan High takes the victory. I'm Eric Higgins for Steve Edwards. This has been Indian Football on Cable Channel 6.
Who's got the best band?
Mark.
What is this guy? What's the story?
Harvard Law School. This is a big day for all of us.
But
I've decided to let you pay your own way.
what's a guy to do?
Harvard Law School. Just to see it all slip away like this.
This?
Total for 3 years of law school, $53,979.
Or this?
I'm going on the Henry Q. Bouchard Memorial Scholarship for the best black applicant.
Congratulations, Mr. Watson, and good luck at Harvard.
Thank you, sir. Mom, Dad, I'm black.
What?
We got Washington here on the coin toss, so he'll take Leon.
That's Watson. I'd like you to meet my good friend, Kareem Abdul-Ali.
Soul Man. Who is this guy?
The Disney Channel is right for the times. Families everywhere are discovering that now is the time to share in the adventure and wonder of the Disney Channel experience. The Disney Channel brings families to cable.
I like that. You know I do.
24 hours a day. Every day, the Disney Channel is packed with high-quality entertainment that over 3 million families all across America enjoy and trust. Non-commercial, non-violent, with captivating, heartwarming programming that's just right for the entire family to share together.
I think it's very special.
The Disney Channel's programming lineup is carefully selected and includes outstanding original specials, series, Disney movies, specially chosen family movies, and children's programming, plus exciting miniseries and all-new Disney Channel premiere films.
Oh, this is so exciting.
Here's some of the outstanding programming that millions of families have discovered is right for them. They're special programs that your subscribers will enjoy every day on the Disney Channel.
It's amazing.
The Disney Channel is the only premium channel with a regularly scheduled prime-time lineup that includes series viewers will want to watch each week. Every Sunday evening, explore the wonders of nature with animals in action. Then throughout the week, share the excitement of new Animal World.
Absolutely stunning.
Every Monday, an all-time television classic returns.
They're not gonna make me give you away. Don't you worry about that.
Share the adventure and friendship of My Friend Flicka.
Do you start loving me?
On Tuesday nights, relive the story of a singer struggling for stardom in the early days of rock and roll. He's Boone. All week long, the outstanding variety of Disney Channel programming features Disney favorites, including Zorro, plus specially selected programs from the decades of classic Disney television entertainment, showcased each week in Walt Disney Presents. Every Wednesday night, these teenage super sleuths use scientific know-how to solve baffling mysteries. They're the Edison twins.
That's perfect.
Then the Wednesday action continues in the Pacific Northwest for Doc Roberts and his children Jonah and Nicole in the action-packed adventure series, Danger Bay.
This could be an historic first.
Speaking of historic firsts, America's favorite storyteller hosts an all-new exclusive series on the Disney Channel. A Prairie Home Companion with Garrison Keillor. When it comes to specials, the Disney Channel consistently presents the most unique and exciting family specials on television. America's hottest music family performs an electrifying concert. It's another Disney Channel exclusive, The Jets in Hawaii. Everybody's favorite doctor, Dr. Seuss, drops in with his wonderful collection of characters in several specials, exclusively on the Disney Channel. Step behind the scenes of the greatest show on earth with Circus. And visit Oscar for a special salute to Disney's Academy Award winners. The Disney Channel has enhanced the rich heritage of classic Disney storytelling by creating 5 Mile Creek and Disney's Return to Treasure Island. In 1987, the Disney Channel will continue this tradition with its exclusive presentation of the complete saga of Anne of Green Gables, including the award-winning Part 1 and the exclusive premiere of an all-new Disney Channel production, Anne of Avonlea, the continuing story of Anne of Green Gables. All year long, the Disney Channel will present the finest collection of family films anywhere on television, including a series of all-new exclusive Disney Channel premiere films. Leading this year's production schedule is Strange Companions.
I can't believe it.
Throughout the year, the Disney Channel singles out special films that deserve the title Disney Channel Discoveries. These films are scheduled for the family to share. And coming soon, the Disney Channel Discoveries presents Henry Thomas in The Quest. This year, the Disney Channel is proud to present the world television premiere of a 2-part motion picture that relives the emotion, pageantry, and excitement of the 1984 Olympic Games in 16 Days of Glory, Parts 1 and 2. The Disney Channel schedule includes a spectacular lineup of feature films from the Disney studios, including Never Cry Wolf, Country, The Many Adventures of Winnie the Pooh, The Three Caballeros, The Sword and the Stone, and Disney's latest space-age adventure, The Flight of the Navigator. Our young viewers love to start each day right with Mousercise. It really gets them going. And the fun keeps rolling with Welcome to Pooh Corner, Donald Duck Presents, Dumbo Circus, and much, much more.
Have fun and enjoy yourselves.
In the afternoon, children love the Mickey Mouse Club. And every weekday afternoon, the place to find special programs for the after-school crowd is Kids Scene. The Disney Channel's Kids Scenes features award-winning specials, everybody's favorite music videos, DTV, and the electrifying Kids Incorporated. The Disney Channel has a special bonus, the Disney Channel Magazine, that every subscriber receives free all year long. The Disney Channel Magazine is more than a program guide. It includes detailed listings on the complete lineup, plus articles, interviews, Disney trivia, and a special interactive section that's just for kids. The Disney Channel is right for the times. Over 3 million families all across America share the Disney Channel magic in their homes every day. 24 hours a day, the Disney Channel presents captivating commercial-free television that lets everyone take part in the excitement, the adventure, the sharing, the caring, and the joy that you expect from the name Disney.
You're feeling down on your luck, up in the air, turn things around with the October Super Season movies on HBO. For some, it's a last taste of innocence.
Mickey's a mouse, Donald's a duck, Pluto's a dog. What's Goofy?
And the first taste of courage.
What are you going to do, shoot us all?
Just you.
Stand By Me.
This is really a good time.
Then see Thomas Howell get some good news.
Harvard Law School.
And some bad news.
$53,979. And your credit rating's in the toilet.
People change, Gordo.
Do they ever? He's in Harvard on full scholarship and a little soul. Soul Man.
Right on.
Sean Connery is looking for a killer in a medieval monastery.
Yes, more blood here.
The man of reason in a world of blind faith.
I find it most stimulating.
The Name of the Rose. HBO Pictures presents the true story of an innocent man sentenced to a Georgia chain gang.
The sooner you feel guilty, the better off you'll be.
He shocked America with his 2 courageous escapes. The man who broke 1,000 chains.
To making dreams come true.
Then Jeff Bridges and Rosanna Arquette are caught in a whirl of intrigue, glamour, and danger.
You're gonna blow the deal, man.
8 Million Ways to Die. And the suspense continues when a farm boy and a street-smart girl find themselves between the law and the lawless. Anthony Michael Hall is out of bounds.
Could turn out to be a real hot one.
It's part fairy tale, part fantasy, and part reality. David Bowie stars with the magic of Jim Henson in a journey through Labyrinth.
It's further than you think.
And don't miss Peter Falk, Alan Arkin, and Beverly D'Angelo in a comedy spy murder mystery.
It's complicated. It's very unusual.
Big Trouble. And coming soon, Harry Hamlin in HBO Pictures' Laguna Heat. Kathleen Turner in Peggy Sue Got Married. And Woody Allen's Hannah.
Finally, a way to lose weight that's brought to you by nature. It's the Fiberful Weight Loss Plan. Fiberful tablets are made from natural fiber.
So the Fiberful plan helps you eat less and lose weight.
Fiberful, the natural way to lose weight.
This woman has an irritating rash that's inflamed and itchy. She's using maximum strength Cortisone 5 to go deep below the skin's surface. Cortisone 5 gets under the itch for soothing relief and help in healing. Cortisone 5, itch relief and help in healing.
This is USA, America's all-entertainment network.
From Hollywood, I'm Sandy Newton. Next, I'll give you the inside word on Elizabeth Taylor, Dolly Parton, Sylvester Stallone, and Michael Landon.
Now, Hollywood Insider goes behind the glitter and glamour to give you the inside news on today's top stars.
On this week's Hollywood Insider, Dolly Parton, who just debuted her new television series, Dolly, reveals that she wants to do even more. Movie star Glenn Close will confess that changing her image from the strong, stable woman to a homicidal psycho in Fatal Attraction has been the best thing that's ever happened to her. And we'll flash back to some of the high points in the career of screen legend Cary Grant. Plus, you'll meet Rob Reiner. He's had amazing success, from starring in All in the Family to directing movies. But Rob gives someone else the credit. You'll find out who.
Hollywood Insider is brought to you by Tilex. Removes mildew stains in minutes wipes out soap scum, too.
Surprisingly, a 25-year-old love affair is back in the news. The Elizabeth Taylor-Richard Burton romance was one of the more stormy relationships in Hollywood. And though Burton has been dead for 3 years now, the fireworks still aren't over in the never-ending story of Liz and Dick. Our inside sources tell us Burton's widow, Sally, is writing a book based on the actor's diaries, and the work will provide a sensational peek into the actor's famous relationship with Liz. According to Sally's manuscript, Burton and Taylor's great love was more like something out of Who's Afraid of Virginia Woolf?